Jamie does his
No, because
countdown.
then it catches me. It's the whole point of this. I will be the Liam O'Brien of our show.
You
O'Brien?
Should I say? Brian. It's because there was another surname in my head at the very same time that's O'Brien. Liam O'Brien. Anyway, go on.
Okay. If we're all here?
I believe we are.
Okay then. Welcome back to Curse of Strahd. Where we last left off, you were missing your cleric after you left her behind like horrible people when Strahd told you to run and you followed his instructions. And you bedded down in the mansion with the exception of Sun, who spent the night reviving her beloved lupine companion Cloudy. Believe we left off with the knight, and thinking of that, we actually have some new artwork for Sun today, which I'm going to quickly drag up onto the screen by the lovely Artsy Rosie, whose link is going to be posted in the description of my YouTube video and probably Mia's as well.
I think it's already there because she made the artwork for the thumbnail.
Truth. But with that said, we're going to resume where we left off in the morning. Sun, your ritual to bring back the spirit of Cloudy in a new body is just about complete, and obviously you do take a level of exhaustion. As it finishes up and your companion greets you with a flurry of licks to the face, you notice a ring on your bedside table which had not previously been there.
I'm gonna pick it up. Look at it.
And I'm now going to reveal it for all players to see.
I am so stealing that ring just to be able to like bitch Cloudy out every now and then.
I'm gonna put his on.
Yep. Doesn't require attunement, so you're good.
And I think I mentioned last time, but I don't remember exactly because I counted that I took a short rest and hit diced up.
Yes.
That I would have curled up with Cloudy for that short rest.
Yep. You do so, and he quite happily cuddles up with you. Although he does beg for a couple of belly rubs.
Oh, poor Cloudy. I'm so glad you're back.
Everyone else, while Sun is cuddling her puppy, what are you guys doing?
It is
rearranging the grand room for more space for dolls.
Yep, it is now the morning.
You leave me alone, still sleeping.
I was going to say, after a while of waiting, not being the first one up, I'll have gone downstairs, but at this rate, I think it will be that everyone's being busy in the morning, so it will end up being me first one down, but not as an early riser.
Breakfast this morning is...
So go ahead, Ray.
This morning is a little bit different in the sense that it is a lot of sweets. A lot of sweets and pastries and cakes. They all taste a little different. Can't quite get your hand on what the taste on what that difference might be. But they're still pretty tasty. And it's just basically like if a girlfriend got dumped, this is all the food she would want. It's like a junk food smorgasbord of comfort food.
Whenever Sun actually saunters downstairs, she will be happy. Well,
I was going to say, I'm going to ask the servants if they can prepare anything a little more hearty than just sweets.
hey, pastries will keep you well fed.
The servant kind of looks at a dwarf. Can servants like respond to them?
They can respond to commands they can't answer.
Kind of hesitates a minute, goes in the kitchen, comes back with candied bacon.
This is as best I'm gonna get, I guess. Start digging in to try and replenish as much energy as I can, considering I'm still feeling weak from being dead.
I'm gonna come downstairs, one hand on Cloudy's back, like kind of through his fur. Looking really tired. See the table. Refrain from giving a hug to Bryseis and sit down.
Bryseis kind of claps her hands, and they come out with this kind of bigger looking cake and sets it in front of Brammyr, and it says, "Glad you're not dead, dwarf, anymore."
Umbra?
I did catch all of it. What was it?
It's a cake, and it says, "Glad you're not dead, dwarf, anymore."
I give a small chuckle and give us
Marco?
I might, yeah.
You broke up there.
God damn. I was gonna say I give a small smirk, a small like laugh, and then turn to Bryseis, give a nod, and smile back at her.
She gives a little smile, kind of like a, yeah, that's right, I did that for you. And then goes back and she's adjusting the painting so whether not all just of her, she's actually doing like kind of chibi characterizations of everybody now, but still really elaborate. And yeah, it looks kind of like cartoonish of everybody.
I will have also, once Sun came downstairs, given a smile to Sun, then spotted Cloudy. Small frown comes across and a small cock of the head.
I told you guys what I was doing because
Yep.
I had to get the ingredients from Bryseis.
Yep.
For the spell. Or ritual or something.
I drank a bit much last night. I forgot. Welcome back, Cloudy.
He gives a small bark and actually paws at you.
Mm-hmm. I'm sort of hands up, so slightly pushing him off me. Easy now, boy. I'm still weak.
He gives
And
servant-
he gives a kind of rejected look at you and just slinks back over to Sun.
Aww. I give him
This-
a big gruff behind the ears and then I give another one to Brammyr as I sit down next to him.
The servants bring out a cake that it's in the shape of a dog bone, and it's meant for dogs. They also come out with a little puppuccino as well. They set it in front of Cloudy, and on the Cloudy's cake it says, "Glad you're not dead, dog, anymore."
Wow.
Anymore.
What is Esmeralda doing during all of this?
Sitting at the table, shaking her head.
As you guys all sit down to breakfast, a little bit of time goes by, and then you hear, and again.
Is that at that?
Can people knock on this door?
Not normally.
I get up. Pyamore comes out in hand, and I start approaching the door.
Okay.
I'll come with.
Can Bryseis
Go
make
on,
the
make a bet.
illusion that there's like the servants are armed
Sure, you make the needed adjustment to the spell. And
She has them all come in the main room looking like they're armed to the teeth. They're still wearing the Speedos and the bow ties.
God.
yeah, they look like they're holding swords made of wind. A few of them with a bow, that kind of thing.
Is there any more knocking?
There is not.
Put my hand on the door handle. Look back behind me to see everyone who's also come along.
Smarta stays behind, but has her weapons out.
Glom pokes his head out of his room. Somebody gonna get that?
I'm on it, big guy. You wanna come along and see if
Okay.
anything's gonna go wrong?
Alright, give me a minute.
I don't think we got a minute. Just
Start
kidding.
getting dressed.
Don't have time to ride one out. Calm down.
Wow.
I give a small nod. Because I imagine that guy can move fast anyway. I swing the door open and point Pyamol at whatever's at the door.
There's nothing at the door, although you can see, almost shrouded in the mist across the road, when you open the door and can see out of the portal what appears to be an armoured figure that you think you recognise, sort of half shrouded in the eternal mist that covers all of Barovia.
Who do I think I recognize it as?
Sage.
Wait here.
Like hell.
I take a step out. Still very prepared. I take a look around.
Make a perception check.
Cloudy, you stay on him.
Cloudy steps out as well.
That's a 3. Unless it's to do with hearing or smell, in which it's a 17.
I mean, you don't see anything, although that does seem to smell like sage.
Pulling up my sheet. Hold on.
What are you... How did you get away?
She's laying on the ground on the far side of the road, no response.
Oh, she's on the floor.
Yes, she's.
Oh.
You can see her body shrouded in the mist on the far side of the road, like half
I
shrouded.
thought she was standing.
Yeah, I
No.
thought she was standing wrong.
No, laying down.
I'll make my way cautiously over to the body.
Cool. As you get closer, you can see that her throat has been cut, and there are 2 fresh puncture wounds on the side of her neck. In her right hand, she's also holding what appears to be a folded letter. Her left hand appears to be closed around something.
Bryseis is right behind them as well, kind of coming up to the bot.
Definitely dead.
Can I do a medicine check on her?
Go for it. I was about to ask for it.
I'll do it because
I'm gonna be
4.
out around.
Also 4.
I mean, you haven't normally seen people survive having their throat cut. Sorry, Mia, what was that?
I'm keeping an eye out around to see if I see any threats. Anyone else lurking? That's a 21 total.
You don't see any other motion, apart from your party members.
Can I perceive if there's anything around her body besides the letter?
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for if there are any tracks, if there are any evidence of who might have dropped her there, like if they dropped something or anything like that.
Make me a survival check.
Get the low rolls out of the way in the beginning.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, alright.
It's hard to tell. You don't see... You can't really figure out if it's tracks or just the way the road is. Nothing obvious.
I'm gonna pick up the letter then out of her hand.
Okay.
Should we bring her body in? Or could this be some kind of
Just-
trap?
Yeah, just hold up on that. Reads the letter.
Opening the letter.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to reveal the text to you guys since I did create it as a handout, and if you don't mind, I'm gonna do the reading of it.
That's fine. I'm hearing it in whatever voice you're doing.
My esteemed guests, my sincerest condolences on the passing of your lupine friend. I can assure you I had no intention of slaying such a magnificent creature. However, after you broke my heart, it took all my restraint not to slay you all where you stood. I had a conversation with dear Sage here after you all ran away, and she gave me some very interesting information about your little hag friend. Worry not. By the time you reach the bone grinder, I will have served her with an eviction notice. I'd be more concerned about the fate of your illegal lycanthrope friends if I were you. I was so disappointed to learn of them from your runaway companion, who so kindly provided my new suit of armour. I'm afraid I have to enforce the law of my land. As to why I have returned the corpse of your companion, I know not the customs of your irrelevant homelands, but here in Barovia it is customary for the fallen to be returned to their families, friends, or, at the least, irritating acquaintances for ceremony and burial. Your benevolent overlord, Strahd von Zarovich. P.S. Oh, and the gem in her hand. If any of your pathetic ravens survive the winery, ask them about their champagne. It's all I have left after you broke my heart.
I'll shake the hand.
Other hand appears to contain... her hand is wrapped tightly around it, but appears to be imposed. You can pry apart things easily. Small, dark green gem.
I'll quote unquote pocket it, but I'm not like discreetly doing it, hiding it away. I'm just so it's I don't have to carry it around.
Bitch.
Indeed.
Glom finally shows up in the foyer wearing one of the Speedos that the servants wear somehow.
I love that somehow. So, do we bring it in? Bring her in.
How
Let
long
me
do we have still on the mention?
What was that, sorry?
How long do we have left on the mention?
Another hour or two.
Let's bring
Can
her in.
I check her body for anything else in her clothes that I would have noticed has changed from before?
Anything you're looking for in particular?
Is she wearing
Well,
her
I'm looking for
necklace still?
tattoos. I'm looking for anything that might be a tracker, anything like those, like something that she would not have on her, that being a cleric.
Make me an investigation check, and yes, she is still wearing her amulet.
Okay.
Just a little better.
Nothing seems to have changed. You can still see the tattoo of the charm that Mordekainen gave her. She's still wearing her amulet. Doesn't seem to have anything changed with her armour. Obviously, there are 2 fresh puncture wounds on the side of her neck, in addition to her throat having been cut. Which injury killed her, you're not certain.
I'll fireman's lift and take her into the mansion.
You do as such, and you bring the corpse of your companion into the mansion.
So I take it Jen is no longer an option.
It appears so.
We should get to the winery as fast as we can, but
How did you
How about-
transport my corpse?
Oh, we used the bag of holding.
I slowly just turn to you guys.
What? Do you see? I didn't mess up your little face, okay? You were fine. I carried you around myself.
You didn't
So-
need to breathe.
It's so demeaning. Well,
It was the best way to keep your body safe.
I get it. I suppose it's the only option we've got for Sage here as well.
Bryseis has kind of made a place for her to be put down. It's very, like, warrior kind of tomb-looking coffin that she's kind of made for her. Orders the servants to kind of clean her and Sage up a little bit. And, make sure her, what's that thing? Oh, her amulet? No. Yeah, like her religious mark. What's it called?
The
Simple.
yeah.
Her symbol. She has the servants bring it to Bryseis.
Wait, which symbol?
Her holy symbol.
What? The one that Sage will be wearing?
Yeah. Is she still wearing it?
Yes.
We've been told the abbot and Kresk might be able to raise people.
We'll have to be careful with them though.
I have been. Yeah. Bryseis is just keeping it for safekeeping. She knows it's important this age.
But if that seems to be our only option. And to get into Kresk, we need that shipment of wine.
So to the winery first?
Yup.
Okay, so, question, do we know what this building here is?
I believe I've told you in the past that's Argynvostholt.
Right. Okay. Yeah, not really a priority at all. Right now, anyway.
Manon, did you get my pin? Okay,
Yeah,
you did.
yeah.
We need to hurry a bit then, because
As usual, ignore distance markers.
Yeah, I'm doing more tile-wise than anything. Just to see which route.
I think you can't raise the dead if they've been dead for too long, so
It's 10 days.
yeah, but Sun doesn't know that.
Yep.
I know it's 10 days.
Might be more or less in this realm though.
All we can do is try. You know?
All we can do is try.
I think the lower path is slightly quicker. Like, by a number of like 1 or 2 tiles. But yeah, we should get going.
Turns
Okay.
around and notices Glom. What the? Oh yeah, I forgot I put that in there for you.
It was the only thing I could find.
Damn right, it's the only thing you can find.
I'm gonna go select the horses. And I just hop out.
Go on, you'll find your other stuff up there. We're gonna be leaving soon.
Alright. Goes back into his room to get his other clothes.
Leave the speedos on though, underneath. No reason to take them off.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking hell.
I'm gonna help with the horses, I think. I move out.
And you step outside the mansion and you can see where you left your horses. It's not too far away.
Yeah.
Bryseis pockets some of the vegan treats. That's why they taste a little different. and and gets her bag and going, and readies her little broom.
I'm gonna join Brammyr by the horses. And how are you feeling?
Coping. All things considered.
I mean, obviously it's different because, well, you weren't brought back by them. I felt different each time. I just want to make sure that you're, still feeling like yourself.
Funnily enough, I do. Weaker. I think that's just the toll that death has on me for the fact of how long I was gone, but everything you described, like I got no extra bloodlust. I seem to still be keeping things serious. I don't feel any different.
Good. Let me know if you do, alright?
If anything comes up, I'll be sure to let you know. I've let you know first. Don't worry.
Alright.
You don't think anything happened to Sage with the bite marks? Now that she's dead as well.
I don't know. I wish Silas was here. He knows more about this stuff than we do.
You don't think we should put a stake through her just in case, until she comes back?
Maybe. Feels weird though.
Yeah, but better safe than sorry, right?
I'm gonna rummage through my pack and hand him one of the steaks that I had made a few days ago.
Did anybody put her in the
Something
bag
like-
yet?
Something like 5 sessions ago I made a few.
I
Okay.
think you guys are still getting ready.
Yeah.
Alright.
Basically we stepped away from the
Oh, gotcha.
Glomin Speedo awkwardness.
I'll go do this then. I'll meet you outside.
Right, I'll make sure the horses are ready.
What's Esmeralda doing during this?
Going to her room, packing up, and eventually joining the others.
Noted.
Glum comes out of his room and heads for the horses' stables. Maul on his belt, great axe and great club strapped to his back, fully clothed this time.
Bryseis is waiting by Sage's body with a bag of holding, assuming Brammyr is going to come and help her.
Yep. I'm gonna come over. Stake in hand.
What are you doing?
She's dead. She's been bitten. We don't know enough. Aside from the fact that to become a vampire, they need to at least die.
Esmeralda would know.
Esmeralda's outside. It's a precaution before we put her in the bag of holding.
That may affect her being resurrected. No.
We just remove the stake before she comes back. And hopefully everything will go just as it went with me.
So much typing, it's stressing me out.
Pass the information that Esmeralda would know.
Okay.
I'm legitimately passing vampire lore over to Manon at the moment.
Just before you do that, we need to. We need to make sure that that's right. I don't want to mess this up.
We have no one that can. Silas is gone. I can't
But-
take risks. Not in this world.
No, there's. Where's that crazy bitch with the holy water? She knows. Wow.
You need Esmeralda?
She's from
Welcome
here.
out.
Yeah. Crazy dwarf wants to stake her through
What?
the heart. Is that what we're supposed to do?
No. I mean, yes, take to the heart will immobilize the true vampire, but you have to be buried first to be a vampire.
Sort of look down the sage's corpse. I guess it's been too short a time to bury. Are you definitely sure that she can't have been turned already?
I'm sure, yeah.
I've got
I'm
an
not sure.
insight. I've got her insight check. That's probably I got an insight check.
Let me check deception.
Go on, give me the line. Tell me.
Definitely, completely, totally telling the truth.
By the way, the entire time I've effectively like had thick.
Okay. Yes.
And now you
thank-
understand what Strahd was trying to accomplish by saying, "Here, I'll give you her body to bury her."
I take it. I take the stake away.
If you want to be sure, you should burn her.
That. No, that's why does everybody have the worst ideas today?
I can do it if it comes to that.
Good. I could also tie her body up. Does everybody want me to do that? Fine. She kind of gets some she has some of that hanging rope, but I don't know if that's any good. Could she produce rope from the mansion? But it wouldn't stay, would it?
It would not stay or be able to be taken outside the mansion.
Okay, somebody give me some rope. I know how to do some knots. Don't ask. That will make sure she will not be able to get out of it.
I'll hand her the rope from my explorer's pack.
She ties some very unusual knots that would put her arms behind her back, would have her legs, and another one that kind of goes from her legs to her wrist.
You know, if I were really
Full turtle shell
evil,
pattern.
this would be the moment when I would go, "So Sage, what do you do during this?" But Manon chose not to be turned into a villain.
Yeah.
I don't recognize these knots at all.
Reluctantly.
I don't recognize these knots whatsoever, do I?
You don't, although I'm sure Brammyr could get a few ideas to what he wants to do in the bedroom.
A very unusual knot. Can't say I've ever come across any of them before.
Oh, my mom taught them to me. They're for... Yeah, hunting. They're for hunting. To tie up. Help me get her in the bag.
It'd be so in character insight check that right now, but for right now I don't want to. I'm gonna skip it. I help her into the bag.
Okay, now I'm carrying a dead sage. Okay. I'm gonna note that.
I think the horses will be ready right now. We should probably get a move on before we waste any more time.
She puts the bag of holding in her pack. Puts the holy symbol next to the bag of holding. Make sure they're close together. Gets on her broom and flies out the door.
once I go.
How
I'll have-
heavy would Sage be for the bag of holding thing? With her equipment.
Um,
Probably about the same as Brammyr, just in like different
how much do you
amounts.
have left in the
Right.
bag of holding?
Oh, we have 70 pounds out of 500.
Okay. Sage is about 220, including all the equipment.
Okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, easily. You were carrying 350 when Brammyr and all his equipment were in there.
Ah,
Left,
thank
just
God.
under that.
She's not as heavy as you, as dead dwarf.
As a
Well,
reminder, we have a sheet for the bag of holding.
Oh yeah, I just been throwing it in my inventory. Apparently it says dead sage.
Wow.
I'll go aside. I'll hand the stake back to Son.
Keep it. Actually, I think everyone should have one.
All right. I'll put it on my belt.
Alright, let's move it out.
I'm gonna hand a steak, kind of not the best steak you've ever seen, but should do the trick to everyone. Just as a precaution.
Wouldn't be the first time.
You should have had some a long time ago.
Kind of looking at Bryseis' reply quizzically. Like, what? Actually, I don't want to know.
I wonder why.
I'll mount up. Give oh, I forgot what I named. No, I haven't named this one. I still haven't named the horse that I've been using yet. I named a different one in a different campaign, and I forgot that name. Actually, I've got a name for it. I've got a name in mind. I'm not gonna say it out loud, but I got a name in mind now.
Oh dear. PM the DM.
I was going to. Over, yeah.
Noted. Oh,
With
noted.
with Sage down, how many horses do we have?
Still enough.
Oh, the question is, does anyone have to double up or not at this point?
Glom can't, Esmeralda doesn't.
Okay, yeah.
No, I have my own horse. Should have.
Bryseis is on
The
her
broom.
room, and I think we had 3 horses, so that's 3 riding horses on top of the draft horse, so that's Zesi, Sun, and Brammyr, right?
So we'll have 1 horse each.
Yep.
Alright.
I have it. Zesi, Glom, Esmeralda, and Sage have their own horses. Bryseis on the broom, Sun and Brammyr sharing.
Yeah, so.
Esmeralda has her own one aside from ours.
Yes.
Alright.
I might be
So
using my.
So we have 3 horses?
Yeah, that works.
You have the draft horse which Glom rides,
Yeah.
3 riding horses, and Esmeralda has her own horse.
Yeah, so Zesi, Brammyr, Sun. Am I missing someone?
No. You're good.
Yeah, so we're all coming on 1 each, just to make sure we can...
Yeah, of course, because no Sage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I just like to track who's on what horse.
Yeah.
And I'm so
We're all
used to
separate
Sun and Brammyr sharing. Okay, sorry, DM got confused.
They've shared a horse like once.
Yeah, it's usually Sun and Sage.
Point. Basically, DM got confused because I forgot I killed Sage.
So easily forgotten.
Wow. Wow, DM, wow.
So, You guys mount up your horses and begin the ride.
Yeah.
I'll start moving you along unless... Well, and we'll just let you talk on the way, because you're going to once again pass the Luna River crossroads, which you've seen before, so I won't bother repeating the description.
Gonna be like keeping a constant eye out for threats.
What's your passive perception?
16.
Noted.
10 for sight, 15 for hearing and smell, because apparently advantage on a passive perception just gives a +5.
Noted. Is there any talking while the party rides on?
I've not got anything.
Bryseis kind of rides up next to Brammyr on her broom and kind of says, any idea why he kept saying something about broke his heart?
Broke his heart. What did he lose?
I don't know.
He got Tatiana from us. Didn't keep that away.
Question to the DM, because I can't remember.
Yep.
Was I still up when it happened? Was it
You
me or
broke
was
it.
Someone else? I broke it. Okay.
Yes. Your crit was the damage that broke it.
Right. So
What did we
I'm
take from
probably
him?
hearing this because I'm paying attention.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think, you know, this weird kind of shield thing? I think I broke that. He usually dismisses it. But
That's
it
not
was
a-
different this time.
You saw it shatter.
That's not a heart, though. It's a shield.
Remember that every time you saw the shield protect him, you heard a heartbeat in your ears. You heard the thud of a heart every single time something bounced off the shield.
8 intelligence.
True. Well, that would be more wisdom.
I guess.
But you might not put two and two
So-
together.
Yeah.
We did pick away that. Huh.
Oh, I'll take it as a plus.
So alive.
Anything we can get against that asshole, I'm more than willing to take. Good work. I think we really heard him this time.
Yeah. And he killed Sage for it.
I already knew he wanted her dead. That was no surprise whether you did what you did or not. That was us not being able to run away from a fight that we wanted to run away from. I'm sorry for that.
Correction. I wanted to run away from it.
It was all
Far-
thought about
far
plan,
away.
but it fell. But at least we got something out of it, it seems.
Alright. She kind of flies back up and she's also going to be kind of looking around, making sure nothing is coming at them.
Cool. What's your passive perception?
It's 10 plus your perception modifier. It's also at the bottom of the skill list under the ability scores.
It just has a 10.
Then it's
That
It could be broken.
My perception modifier is 4, so that would be a 14.
yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
Give me a second. Let me fix it.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, that's... Yeah, mine should be a 12, actually, and then a 17 if it's hearing or...
Yeah,
something.
my sheet says 10 also for some reason.
There we go.
Right.
Yeah. Just untick your proficiency and then redo it. It's been broken since the update.
Yeah, okay.
Noted. Is that
Yeah,
including
from
your
the air,
penalty?
does she see anything?
Oh, no, it isn't. Thank you for saying that. That
You-
is then a 10 and a 15.
You do not possess.
Okay.
Thank you for reminding me of that.
Okay. Though shortly afterwards, as the party rides on, you come across, as you continue down the Svalich Road, a forked turning that heads off to the left of the road and then curls away back roughly the way you came, though behind a bank of trees.
We know that's the way to Argon Festival, isn't it?
You can presume,
Well-
yes.
We have a map.
Yep.
So,
We should probably keep moving.
No arguments here.
As crude as it is to say, they're not going anywhere. They die and they go back. Just keep on travel.
And eventually you see the dirt track that leads to Van Richten's tower once again merge with the Svalich Road as you continue onwards. And shortly after you reach another turning that heads south.
So long way down.
Zelenska Pass. Zelenka Pass. Oops.
I think we just keep going.
Okay. And eventually you see a weather-worn signpost next to the road. The three arms of the sign point along the three branches of the road. The arm pointing north reads Kresk, and through the woods you can see an arching stone bridge spanning a river. The arm pointing east reads Valaki, and the road slopes up gradually in that direction. The arm pointing southwest reads The Wizard of Wines. The road slopes gently downward in that direction. Glancing around again, you notice the skeletal rider from before now appears to be stood on the stone bridge that leads to Kresk.
Doesn't seem aggressive in any way.
much creepier than I remembered.
Bryseis runs over to him as if he is like a kid and a kid. It's like he's a candy and she's a kid. Hi again!
He just looks at you, turns his horse away, drops something on the ground, and rides off in the opposite direction.
Bryseis goes and picks it up.
That's a bad roll. There we go. Appears to be a pocket watch.
Ah. She picks it up and pockets it.
Brammyr shakes her head. I'd like to actually at this point make an active attempt to look for any werewolf tracks or werewolf activity.
Make a survival check with advantage.
I'm gonna
21.
turn to Esmeralda, like move my horse closer to hers if I need to. Do you know anything about that rider?
Do I?
I hear
You
the
do not.
clickety-click.
No, first time I've seen him. Well, second.
That's where there's clickety clackety. If you would, I would appreciate not commenting on the keyboard because often it's nothing.
I know.
Or I'm replying to Twitch chat. Although Twitch chat is quiet tonight. I'm disappointed in you, Twitch chat.
Crossing in multiple directions, all three directions.
Yes. Backwards and forwards, several days old. You know, there's foot traffic from the werewolves going in every direction, coming back from every direction.
Yeah, I thought there'd be a lot of activity around here.
What time of the day is it?
By this point, it's about 11:30 noon.
Okay.
When we move on, I'm going to be making an active effort to keep my eyes on the werewolf tracks. So, no more passive perception for me if we get jumped by anything but werewolves.
Noted.
Some yawns and stretches.
Sorry, what time was it? I actually blanked out on it.
11 noonish.
Still got time.
Yep.
but I am exhausted, so I yawn and stretch.
Hopefully
Does she
nothing.
do like the little cat stretch where she like puts her hands down and then puts her butt in the air and kind of does that little stretch?
I am on a horse.
That doesn't matter.
But stretching arms in front with maybe claws coming out a little bit as she stretches.
Oh, I can't.
What?
I was going to send a message, but I can't. So it's
Message to who?
It's fine. Just carry on it. Ignore me.
If it's to the DM, remember that stream can't see my Discord.
Noted. But it wasn't.
I see how it is. Anyway, unless you guys ride to Krez, I'm gonna start. I'm moving you down the road to the winery. It's disappointing that Zesi isn't here because that's supposed to be Kabbalah's ruin. I might swap it for Mythcarver so he can actually be here to get his vestige.
Yeah.
But you continue riding. Oops, I need to
Still
open that
keeping
something.
our eyes and ears peeled.
Yep.
Oh right, would my passive perception be at disadvantage?
Oh, you have disadvantage on all things.
I have disadvantage on all ability checks,
-5 then for passive?
so that puts my passive at 11.
Noted. After half a mile, the road becomes a muddy trail that meanders through the woods, descending gradually until the trees part, revealing a mist-shrouded meadow. The trail splits. One branch heads west into the valley, the other leads south into dark woods. A wooden signpost at the intersection points west and reads, Vineyard.
Well, here it is then.
Wait, there's no sign that points south, is there?
No.
No, but we know that's Yester Hill.
I'll just see if there was a sign for it. Right?
Okay.
We're almost there.
I can almost taste it.
This was meant
The
to
wine?
be.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Was wondering for a sec.
This was meant to be a pleasant outing.
I think Sage would still want it to be a pleasurable outing. We can drink in her memory.
Time is of the essence, unfortunately.
Well, I can put some bottles in the bag of holding with her. In her spirit. Would love that.
Sure, that sounds like a good idea.
Oh, good. Oh, yes, you're right.
A light drizzle begins to fall. Unpainted fences blindly follow the trail, which skirts north of a sprawling vineyard, before bending south towards a stately building. The fog dates on ghostly swarms as it swirls between the neatly tended rows of grapevines. Here and there you see rope-handled half-barrels used for hauling grapes. North of the trail is a large stand of trees, and at the edge of the tree line, on a massive tree, much larger than all the others, you see a horrific sight. Looking even from this distance, you can see what appears to be several corpses hanging from or nearby, or that might even be one that's been beheaded in a crude guillotine.
Anyone we recognize?
Make a perception check.
Yeah, that's.
Wait, is this at the winery or is this
Yes.
at like another place? Oh, this is at the winery. We're seeing all this
Yes.
devastation. Okay.
Ho 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 ho.
With disadvantage 15.
Okay. Even from this distance, son, although they look like they're human, at the same time, They look like you guys. Brammyr, you can see more accurately. These are definitely not you guys, but you can see two figures painted red. Both of them appear to have been beheaded. A figure in heavy armour slumped against the base of the tree. What someone painted green looks to be grey and with a red mark across the throat. You can see hanging from a crude gallows a third female form, and most distressingly of all, cut open into 4 pieces, the body of a bear is on one of the branches.
Charming.
Still hating this place. Still hating this.
Someone's trying to turn us away.
Huh? What? She kind of looks over. Does he tell them what they say? Does she see what they see when she looks over there?
Brammyr,
I haven't said anything yet. I've just said the words. They're trying to turn us away.
make a perception check, Bryseis.
Okay.
Yeah, you can make out what Sun made out as well, that they kind of look like you guys.
Wow.
Is that
red? Did they seriously? That's not even my actual shade of skin. God, couldn't even get that right. Zesi's is way darker than that.
Looking for a few moments longer, Brammyr, you notice one more thing. A final corpse, sort of hidden round to the side of the tree, that you definitely recognise. Throat cut, one hand missing, no armour. Silas.
As in real him.
Looks to be.
I stopped my horse. Just stare for a moment.
Brammyr.
Did we all see it, or just Brammyr with his 22 perception?
If you've noticed him looking, you look in the same direction, you guys see it as well.
Gonna bring my horse next to Brammyr.
Silas's throat actually appears to have been cut pretty much to the bone. His head is barely staying on his neck.
Bryseis goes with her broom over to investigate it closer.
Cool.
The moment she takes off, I'm starting to head towards it as well.
Okay.
I'll hop off the horse and start, like, fast walking.
I'm gonna hop off the horse and face with Brammyr.
I'll stay on the horse and look around for anyone coming.
Okay. What's Esmeralda's passive perception?
16.
And
Noted.
with a 17 stealth, grab. No, that's a plus 10. So with a 20 stealth, discreetly grab Brammyr's hand.
Noted.
I'm not even going to bother roll perception. I'm
You
focused on that.
you would
You
feel her
notice it.
hand in her
You
hand in
would
yours.
notice.
I know, I'm pretty hell-bent on what I'm going for right now. If I
Bryseis
notice it, I
should-
don't react to it.
Bryseis should get there quicker?
First.
Yeah,
Yes.
first, yeah.
So
She
Bryseis,
gets there. Yeah.
you arrive at the corpses. Looking closer, you now pick out as well the details that I mentioned earlier. The quartered bear in the tree, the hanging third female, the 2 beheaded red-painted figures, the drained-looking green figure, and you also see the body of Silas, again, say, missing a hand, throat cut pretty much to the bone, chest with multiple crisscrossing sword wounds, stripped of his armour. And all his other equipment.
Bryseis takes is he propped up, like leaning against the wall or something?
He's almost sat back against the tree.
Oh, it's the tree.
Like,
Bryseis-
body quite obviously splayed out dead. He's been dead several days.
She's going to, being careful with his head, she's gonna lay him down and take her bedroll and actually cover him with it.
Okay. You do as such.
Stupid.
Brammyr, son, you arrive about now.
With
Bra-
the bedroll over Silas.
You arrive right as she's putting the bedroll over it.
Brammyr, he's gone. Don't come any closer.
I go up, hold back the bedroll.
Brammyr,
See he's dead.
Oh yeah, several days dead.
With the free hand that isn't in Sun's hand. Clenches into a fist and punches him across the cheek.
Head rolls, almost comes off what remains of his neck.
Brammyr.
You son of a bitch. You died on me once, and you came back. You died on me twice, you came back. The moment I don't have my eyes on that little bitch face of yours, you die for good. Pull him up with, like, by the scruff of the neck. Or the lapel.
Okay.
Brammyr, this isn't gonna do any effing good.
Canines partially protruding as partial of the lichen coming.
Brammyr,
Just
please.
shaking.
Brammyr, please calm down.
Stares from home.
Bryseis walks over and picks up the head. Brings
It didn't roll away from him. It almost rolled off the neck.
Oh, rolls on the neck. Okay. She walks over to Brammyr and just stares him down. Calm down.
I'm gonna try and make him release Silas.
That was with
Slowly.
suggestion, by the way.
Okay.
What save a suggestion?
Calm down.
Like,
Calm down.
what's the
Let-
save for
What's the
suggestion?
Oh, save.
Probably wisdom.
Wisdom set.
Yeah,
Brammyr,
wisdom.
can you make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
I growl back. I growl.
Brammyr, please.
Look at me. You're gonna get pissed off at something? Get pissed off at the person who went and did this to him. All you're doing right now is delaying us from getting our job done. Now put him down so I can bury him and we can move on.
Not even looking at Bryseis. Turn the head slowly towards Sun.
Please. It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
The hand lets go of Silas. It just lets him drop.
No, because his body weighs too much. Bryseis takes the body again and lays it back underneath the bedroll and calls over. Blom, come give me a hand. Silas, needs to be buried. I know you just...
Lom
Son,
lowers his
get
great
him
club.
away. Son, get him away from here.
Are you guys inspecting any of the other bodies?
Not right now.
Alright, Glom, hole, dig.
What does
Oh, sure, whatever.
what does Sun and Brammyr do?
I'm gonna take both of Brammyr's hands and lead him a little bit. And just wrap my arms around him.
You
So
do
I
as
just
such.
stare off towards where Silas's body is, but I do go along with it.
Glom proceeds to do the impossible by digging a hole with a club. You don't have a shovel.
I'll chuck him a shovel if need be.
Oh no. Bryseis is actually slightly entertained by this.
Okay, it's done by a club then.
Bryseis.
You do so. Make a strength check.
Oh, is it at this point I so want in that 20?
I mean, it's not the easiest hole you've ever dug for yourself or anyone else, but working with the club, you do actually manage to fairly quickly create quite a deep pit.
If anyone could do it, it'd be Glom.
Glom, you earned some extra toys in your room tonight. What? You want more beer instead, or ale?
Yeah.
Okay, deal done. Now, this is kind of gruesome. How about you be a deer and go and see if you can cut those people down that are hanging from the tree. No need for them to stay up there. This
Gets out of the
time
hole and
use-
goes to work with the great axe.
There you go. Good job. I didn't have to tell you. I'll
Okay.
give you another treat for that.
Okay. Any particular body you start with first?
How many were actually hanging in the tree? Because they're all over the place.
There's only one hanging from the tree. That's the third female form.
Okay, then that's the one I'm going for.
Okay. You cut the body down, and as it slumps onto the ground, you notice two canines longer and sharper than you'd expect in the mouth of a human.
Guys, something's wrong with this one.
Bryseis
fake?
looks over.
People are trying to play a sick joke on us. And hided his fucking corpse in it as well.
Glom, you were around when the parties dealt with were-ravens before. This looks like the kind of thing you would see, the kind of thing you've seen before in the mouth of a were-raven.
God, this looks like one of those bird guys.
But it's a female, right?
Yes.
Yes. They're.
I'm gonna
Yes.
give
Glom. We don't fondle the bodies. They need at least to have a head first before you do that, okay?
gonna give a squeeze to Brammyr and then walk closer to the other bodies. Do I see now that I can look at the faces, any face that we've met before?
Which ones are you looking particularly close at?
Well, probably gonna start at the one that's, I'm gonna assume, covered in fake fur or something.
Yes, the one that's just been cut down.
And then I'm gonna move on to the others if I don't recognize her.
Okay. That one, you do not recognize. I
The-
just quickly
the
send
ones-
something to.
Painted as tieflings.
Actually, the male tiefling you do recognize. Well, the male tiefling. I'm trying to just. Looks like.
Big air quotes.
Yeah.
Looks like Brom Martikov from the Blue Water Inn.
Fuck.
Sorry, just marking dead on my bio.
The green one?
Green one, you don't recognise. Looking closer at this one, it appears to have been drained of all his blood. 2 bite marks on his neck.
And there's another one like painted in grey as if it was wearing armor, right?
Actually wearing armour. Heavy armour. Looks like a facsimile of Sage. Looks to be Bray Martikov again from the Blue Water Inn.
So the 2 brothers, but not. the same.
Bray was the woman. Bray
Oh,
Bray and
The one
Danica
that
were
we
both
saved.
female.
the one that we saved from Valaki was
Danica.
Danica.
And she told you at the time that Erwin was disintegrated by Strahd. So she's the only survivor from the Blue Water Inn. And then are you inspecting the final figure? Oh, you said you were. As you touch her body, it combusts and burns away to ashes, leaving nothing behind.
Well, that's different.
When I say combust, I mean bursts into bright fire and burns away to nothing.
Jesus. Okay. Or I should say Palor. Glom, can you get the pieces of the bear down?
Starts climbing the tree.
I like this one. He acts. I don't even have to use suggest on him.
You climb the tree, and it's pretty easy to get the, like, it wasn't fully separated, but it was just carved open a way that the pieces fell apart into 4. It's fairly easy to shift the bear so that you can either just push it out of the tree or try and drag it down after you.
I was gonna push it out of the tree if it's
Okay.
just a bear.
Yeah. You push the bear out of the tree, and it squishes onto the ground.
Look out below!
Did he dig a big enough pit where we could put all the bodies in, or just Silas's?
Glom, did you?
You said pit, that's why I was like, oh.
It was a grave for one guy. I wasn't planning on everything.
That was Bray Martikov, Umbra.
I didn't have her name noted.
Okay. At the
Someone's coming.
At the winery, there were 2 men and 2 women.
Okay, guys, Bryseis goes over to Silas's body. Okay, Glom, don't worry about it. Just come help me get his body in the hole, and then we need to hide.
And hearing that someone's coming, you look up and you can see standing at the edge of the woods a man wearing a dark cloak and cowl standing at the edge of the trees, and you see him beckon you all towards him. Brammyr, make me a perception check.
Yeah,
With advantage.
unsheath my
13.
weapon.
Son, you also, I think, will recognise in perception check. Brammyr looks to you to be Davian Martikov.
Do I get advantage, which means straight roll, or is it
Yes.
so straight roll?
Yes.
Well,
Silas
could have been worse.
buried now.
17.
It's Davian Martikov, definitely. You guys are in the process of burying his corpse.
Gonna resheath my weapon.
Okay.
I just hold a hand up and give like the one finger up and say one moment. Turn back to Silas.
Bryseis puts the bedcloth, making sure it's over him when they put him in the hole. And does she see any like flowers or anything around the area? Probably not.
When we were in the first village, which I think is the village of... Yeah.
Yes.
I had grabbed a holy symbol of Lathander in the church.
Yes.
I'm gonna put that down on Silas's body.
You do as such, and Bryseis, make me a perception check. You don't see anything. With the rain coming down and the mist, you can't make out anything.
Bryseis takes out I'm looking at the list of toys that she got from me. Oh, no. The different cloth that she had taken from the children that had died
Yes.
in
The death house.
the death house, and she also takes out the cloth of the children, or that died in the bone grinder.
Yes.
She takes that and the holy symbol from the church as well, and she puts that all in the grave with Silas.
You do as such.
Couldn't bury them properly. She's actually like almost crying. Couldn't bury them properly. Silas, you take care of them. You owe us that much.
With the pause that just happened, you son of a bitch, Valor, this is what you brought me to.
For those wondering, yes, that was a can of beer being opened.
I said one. I said I was gonna have one. I had to have another now. Asshole.
You know that I've been planning something at the winery for a long time.
After everything's been and done, I will. How far away is he? Like, are the horses between the way?
The horses are behind you guys. He's 100 feet away at the actual edge of the tree line. This is a solitary tree that's separate from the main clump that the body's been placed around.
I'll slowly make my way towards Davian.
You do as such. Is anyone else heading over with him?
I'll go.
Glom, can you put the dirt back, please?
Yeah, just give me a minute. Anybody got one of those stakes still?
You were given one earlier by Sam.
You were given one.
Yeah, I
Oh,
gave
okay, there we go. Walks over to the Glom look-alike and stabs him in the chest with it. What? Just in case. Jeez.
Alright, Glom, just do that. I'm gonna follow them. Holler out if something happens.
Continues working on the burial arrangements.
Yep.
Bryseis walks over with the group to
Cloudy, you stay with Glom, okay?
He gives a small.
Good.
He gives a small kind of almost scared yip, but stays close to Glom.
He'll make sure you're safe, and you'll make sure he's. And I'll be right back.
Licks your face and heads over to Glom.
And I'll follow the others.
Okay. As you head toward Esmeralda, are you going with him as well?
Yes.
Okay. As you guys approach Davian, he sort of steps back into the edge of the tree line, and 5 more figures now step out from the shadows of the trees. You recognise one, Danica. The others appear to be 2 younger men, like early 20s. One, you presume, daughter, again, more late 20s, and a final male figure, more her age than the others, that doesn't look similar to Davian.
They don't look threatening, do they?
They do not. You can presume if they're with him, these are probably were-ravens. So Danica and Davian are both there, and Davian says, I would, in ordinary cases, say well met, but
I understand.
you've seen what the bastard did. I'm sorry about your friend.
It was his
Sorry
fault.
about your child.
Fortunately, I still have a few members of my family. Danica here. I'm introduced my 2 sons, Adrian and Elvir. older one, like 22-ish, is Adrian. Younger one's 20. My daughter, Stefania, the other woman, and her husband, Dag Tomescu.
Where is he from?
Kresk originally, though he came to live with us here at the winery when he married my daughter. We all know our secret. It seems like Strahd does too now. 3 days ago, we were attacked here at the winery by some of the druids from Yester Hill and what I can only describe as walking plants they brought with them.
This shouldn't be an issue against fire, at least. Just sort of lightly pat primal.
Agreed. Bryseis grins and a small flicker of fire shows up in her hand.
Danica's already told me what happened at the winery. Not the winery, the inn. Thank you for at least managing to get her out. I'm very distressed to learn what happened to Erwin. Strahd himself was here during the attack. He slew your friend, he slew my family, and they returned last night to set up that abomination.
I think that was for us. I'm sorry. You deserved better.
What news from your front? We haven't been able to follow you since the attack. We lost more ravens than I care to admit. It'll take us a long time to recover.
We've grown stronger. We've found new weapons. We've found new allies as I look to Esmeralda. We lost some. Some came back before myself. And we've recently lost one more. Probably the strongest against Strahd. Which is probably why she ended up dead.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Brammyr, you took that ring, right?
I reach into the pocket where I had the dark green gem.
Do you hold it out to him?
Yeah, I pick it out.
He takes it, looks at it for a second, then sort of takes a second look at it, looks closer, inspects it. Where did you get this?
A gift, apparently. From the devil himself.
Where did you get this? What happened?
Here,
Mhm.
Jen. Yeah,
I-
go ahead.
Concede to son.
He returned Sage's body to us. And in his letter said that this belonged to you. I think he used it to make that weird shield of his. Wait, do I have enough intelligence to... Yeah, I have enough
Yes.
intelligence to suggest that.
Son of a bitch was the one that stole this gem. This is the one that lets us grow the champagne.
You mentioned the champagne, actually.
Bastard. If only I could tell Owen that I forgive him for not noticing it disappear if the devil himself was responsible.
Can it still be used?
It looks slightly damaged, slightly redder than I remember it, but should still function. I hope it's our only lifeline, considering the other two gems are gone.
At least one one good thing came out of that.
It's all down to you. It's all because of you.
I should warn you, in addition to the druids, we believe we're under attack from Bryseis. We've seen her scarecrows and other creations. We believe she was responsible for stealing the second gem, if not the third as well.
Who was that? You cut out a little bit to me.
He
Just
said,
referred to as she, but from Bryseis, so I'm gonna chalk up Mistress of Bryseis.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. He said, he deliberately mentioned that they reckon they're under attack from Bryseis. She sent scarecrows and other creations at them, and that he believes she's responsible for stealing the second and potentially third gem.
Where was Bryseis again?
I can't find it on the map. It's annoying.
Bryseis is unmarked, however, it's there.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was gonna
okay.
say, was it by one of our...
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We've been told that Bryseis should be later on our list, due to how powerful the Mistress is. The Druids of Yester Hill, and the pack of werewolves on the other hand. I want to meet Kirill myself, actually.
Be careful. I've seen that monstrosity of a man only once, but he dwarfs all of you, including the half-orc.
Size
Giant
doesn't-
beast of a man. They saw him with just his claws carve a raven in two.
I have some things that he does not, though. Starting with humanity.
That he certainly lacks. What brings you to the winery? What can we do for you? Ordinarily I'd offer you hospitality and some of our wine, but with everything that's happened we've had to retreat here.
I believe first off it was recommended that we come to help you out and find this whole mystery of your missing gems. But I think priorities have changed.
We need to get to Krask. But we want to take care of the druids also.
How can we help with either of those?
Just check. Danica's here, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
Turn to Danica. You mentioned about if we were able to help you in some way, we could get a shipment that would buy our way into Kresk.
That's right. Normally we give the wine that we have for free to the Barovians, but Kresk has been demanding as of late, and obviously the inn hasn't been able to send any. Davian, I think if we can get control of the winery back, we're going to have to send that last shipment up to Kresk. They've done enough for us. I think you're right. Look, I'll come straight. The druids and their things have taken over inside the winery. They run the place. They're destroying everything we've built. I don't know how many barrels and bottles we have left of what little wine we have.
Wait, you got people in there right now destroying that wine?
Yes, we do.
Bryseis gets on her broom and
Wait.
they're destroying the wine.
Wait! Let's
No, I
not
do.
be stupid this time.
I also have reason to believe that the devil himself, or at least his pet priest, are also here.
God dog it.
Brammyr snarls. Those canines of his on both sides are still elongated from when.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with Bryseis this time.
Oh, I want to kill something. I just don't want us to die in the process.
We've taken on a spawn before.
But if he is here,
If Bryseis kind of turns around, can she see the full of the winery, like the building they're talking about?
Yes, it's off in the distance, but yes, you can.
Is there windows that are kind of like high up that she can look in, or are they?
There are windows on the second floor. Sorry, first floor.
On the
British
first floor?
measuring.
Okay.
Ground floor, first floor, basement. Not that you can see the basement, but it's a 2-story building.
Yeah.
Yes, Glom has joined
Okay.
you shortly before this.
Okay. I'm not gonna do anything stupid. I'm just gonna do a little bit of reconnaissance. She gets on her broom and takes off. And is there any way she can kind of stealthily look inside the window?
Make me a stealth check. And-
before you go, I'll throw you my whistle.
Okay. She
If
catches
things
it.
go really bad, you
Got it.
Is anyone saying anything else with David and the other were-ravens?
can you fight?
I can
You
try.
don't have to. I don't want more people to die, so if you don't think you can handle what's in there, don't.
I can try and assist you, but I need to leave most of who we have here in the woods. We have Stefania and Dice's children. I can't leave them unguarded.
Stay, we'll take care of this.
I can come if you want one of us to be there, but the rest have to stay to protect the kids. I can't leave them alone.
I understand.
All of you should stay.
Yeah.
We need to keep as many alive as possible. It could be a distraction to lure us away. Anything is possible with these abominations.
Do you know how many are inside?
The druids, a few of their creations, a lot. It won't be an easy fight for you.
Pull out Paimon and just rest it on my shoulder. Goes without saying, if you know anything about what really ticks them into the ground quicker, I'd love to hear it.
What kind of information you're looking for?
Weaknesses, basically.
Let me make Davian a intelligence check to see what he's tried. That was a 3.
Any of them werewolves? Or were creatures that might be
Not that we know of. We don't believe the wolves to be here. We haven't seen Kirill or his pack. Not
Which that
since...
matches up with me not finding any tracks this way, right?
You found tracks going in every direction.
I mean, I was following them the entire dirt
Oh,
path round.
You didn't see any tracks on the road. Not since we saw Kirill in the far distance with his pack 2 days ago heading towards Yesterhill. For context, he gestures off in this direction. It seems like the werewolves probably looped through the woods and came around the edge of the meadow. Yeah, that
So,
way.
like, this way.
Yeah, which is
Okay.
why you didn't see any tracks, because they looped round or
Gotcha,
crossed the
gotcha.
Raven River somewhere else.
But presumably, if he hasn't seen them come back this way or this way, he's still over in Yester. Presumably.
He hasn't seen him in the past couple of days. The last time he saw him, he was going down towards Yester Hill. That's all he knows.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Bad, but good to know.
So, is there anyone else is there any more conversing to do with the Ravens?
I was going to ask him a question, but that last comment solved it. So I'm good now.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Then
Actually, I have a question to our party whilst Bryseis is still doing the reconnaissance.
actually, Danica is going to join you.
Okay. I'm going to turn to our party. We can, after fixing this mess, take the shipment to Kresk and deal with situations there. Hopefully try and bring Sage back, whilst Kirill and the Druids are still south. Or we can pinch... I've forgotten the saying.
Carol.
No, I forgot the figure of speech.
Oh.
Nip it in the bud. That's the one. Or we can nip it in the bud and just head south straight away and try and, excuse the metaphor, but kill two birds with one stone. We have two options here after dealing with whatever's in there.
I'm worried about time.
It depends on what's in there.
True.
By this point, it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. If you pushed it, you might be able to make it to Krez by the end of the day, depending how long this takes. Or you could get to Yester Hill, not both. And it would probably be this, and it would probably night will have fallen by the time you arrive at either destination.
If we take this fight, we're probably gonna need a long rest before going into another situation.
Yeah.
You
I will
might
admit,
be able to push to Krez depending how long this takes. It depends how desperately you want Sage back.
yeah, with situations like that that have been brought up, even my own pride is gonna concede to this, and okay, Kresk is probably the best case first.
Okay. Then
Let's go kill things then.
Well, I've got to wait for prices first.
Then, with Bryseis heading over to scout and you guys starting to make your way towards the winery, that's what we call a 10-minute break. Let's meet back on the hour.
Okay.
Be right back.
I don't know if it's a blessing that Kirill's... Probably is a blessing.
What?
That Kirill is south by the Yester Hill Druids. Because it technically clears the way to Kresk without having to deal with him
Yet.
yet.
So,
Grab a beer, because you're terrible influence. Right back.
Oh, dear.
so that scene outside the winery.
God, back and down.
Hobbit's comment is charming because I sent them the description.
I want to comment now because I believe the few that are going to bed early for work tomorrow are probably going to try and go to bed immediately, so I definitely won't get to say this comment after session. As some feedback, I want to really commend the letter from Strahd, by the way, on like every level of subtly tipping off whilst keeping completely and utterly in character every single part of it.
I put quite a bit of thought into that earlier today.
Yes, I can tell with that. I am very impressed actually. Very
Be right back.
impressed. Good.
You remember the failed wisdom save from Sage?
That was totally just a misclick.
Yes.
Totally.
Yeah, charm person. Strahd
Aha.
might have been charming her at the time.
I see.
I didn't want to say anything. He made me.
Yep. Yep.
I knew I should never have trusted that bitch.
I mean, I have +10 on that. I not one it.
Yep.
I'm very much enjoying having Glom be like, the pointlessly impossible character.
It's-
Like he's not the power character that rolls through the battle like I can't die, but just little pointless things. How did you even do that?
that was the speedos. God damn, that was beautiful. Awkward for all of us. Beautiful from a player perspective.
That was completely unplanned as much as Ray played along.
So, what do you go like? You can tell I took inspiration from the Sun Tree. What do you think of that actual setup outside the winery?
Oh, I actually misinterpreted the sun tree, by the way.
Oh,
Oh,
Who said it?
yeah.
Sun.
I think that was a player character. That was a player comment.
I know. But that's how I took it first. Because by the
Right
time
back.
she said it was just at the point, alright, it was just at the point where you're getting to the third figure. That's how I took it. I like how mine was just, fuck it, put a bear up there.
I might have slightly changed from my notes exactly what was going to be there, but I made these notes weeks back. Like, when you guys had the dreams, I'd already that week prepared what was going to be at the winery. I slightly changed who died to what, because originally Sun would have been hung, drawn, and quartered, and then I went, no, he would have done that to Brammyr. Also, the immolation of the corpse of Sage. Well, Sage.
Yeah, I was just be right back in that point. So were they all Martikovs and then the bear?
Two of them were Martikovs. The others were were ravens of some description. Bray Martikov was the one that was Sage and burned away to ashes when inspected by Sam. Strahd got his wish to immortalate Sage. Yeah, remember when I was saying I was giving Strahd a new toy earlier?
And Erwin was one of the male tiefling.
Yep. What, man?
no, and a new toy. I get it.
Yep. Yep.
That's good. That's very, very good.
Yep.
Should probably just actually get rid of these two names. Because they're dead. Davian and Danica. That's all that matter.
Yep, because the other Martikovs are dead.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Can you remind me all the names, the Briar Ravens that we know?
Okay. Davian was the one that you had first met up by Madame Eva. He's still alive. At the inn, you met Erwin, Brom, Bray, and Danica. 3 of those are now dead. Erwin was disintegrated by Strahd. Danica told you this. You found Bray and Brom's bodies today. Bray burned away to ashes when you inspected the fake sage. So Danica and Davian are alive, along with his 2 sons, his daughter, her husband, and their children.
Okay. Be right back.
Yeah. Umbra, from a player perspective, what did you think of that whole scene outside the winery? Umbra?
Yeah, I was just giving it some thought. I liked it, despite you being a son of a bitch for hiding Silas's corpse in that mess. Now here's a question: were you expecting Brammyr's reaction to it?
I was not. But it's not my job to anticipate your reaction, it's only my job to set up the
To
vignette.
antagonize it?
Yep. It's my job to set up the vignette, not my job to predict how you respond to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you guys liked it. I have been planning that for so long.
Because you're a terrible person.
Ever
We've been over
since
that.
the thing that happened in Crit Roll in the tower, I have been planning this. Mercer inspired me.
Damn you, Matt Mercer.
So we might expect to kill some of our friends soon.
I swear to fuck, because if I get a one-hit KO, like one of them happened, they ain't coming back.
Nope.
I mean,
Ashes to ashes,
How many-
dust to dust.
how many more of our friends are there? In Barovia.
Ismark,
No.
Irina, the Were-Ravens, Madame Eva, Rictavio.
And, Mordekainen.
And
None
Mordecai.
of which I think we can one-hit KO.
Sorry, that
Well,
was
Ismark. Ismark, we might. I don't remember his stats well.
if he was not buffed like Irina was.
I buffed Irina
yes,
to his level.
definitely.
I buffed Irina to match Ismark. Because in
Wait.
some variants of the campaign you get both, and I didn't want to have to run multiple NPCs with the party.
Ismark was
Irina's brother.
Demon arm guy or
Izek. That's Izek.
Izek.
Demon
That's
Arm
what's
guy is
confused.
Izek. Ismark was Irina's brother in the village of Barovia.
Right, gotcha.
Creepy Izak is still somewhere around.
He fucked off out of Valaki. Manon, are you here?
Yeah.
That dream Zesi also had, but he wasn't here to tell you. Do you want to, for the benefit of the other players, tell them the dream that I sent you?
Sure.
I think
Where
she
is
already did.
No,
but-
the other one.
This
Oh,
is the
there's
one. This is
another
the one that
one.
Zesi and Esmeralda had. That
No,
Zesi
I-
said nothing about.
Yeah. Basically what happened at the winery. 6 raven descends, assume human form and battle against zombies and other things. And then Strahd arrives and kills everybody. And there's gallows and things like that.
And then the dream faded.
Fun stuff.
So what kind of creatures are we expecting to fight in there?
From the dream that Esmeralda had, I mean, you saw
Zombie.
these shambling Strahd zombies. The implication was vampire spawned, a few small plant creatures,
Okay.
1 or 2 werewolves.
I did give Bryseis the silver short sword, right?
No.
I said I was going to.
I don't think you have yet. I think all you said is, I need to do that at some point.
I know, I keep saying that. That's why I asked if there was any wild creatures in there?
I'll presume that you've. Well, when Ray gets back, then I'll presume that you had time to hand over to her.
Is that concentration? Yeah.
What are you looking at?
I'm gonna cast protection from evil and good on Brammyr, I think, before we go.
Noted.
Yeah, concentration only one person.
Yeah. So you get it because you go to melee usually.
Usually. Yes, I have a crossbow.
Yeah,
Does
you
it ever
die.
Does it ever get used? It got used once to nearly kill a commoner.
You know, as you do.
1d8 plus 1 rolls 1 plus 1. Half bars the commoner.
Yeah, as you do.
I mean, technically in that situation I would have ended up saying it was non-lethal damage because I did say it was for the shoulder, but it worked out fine.
If you say so. Okay. Who's back? I mean, obviously we've got you three. Charlie and Ray, are you here?
Not yet.
Probably not.
Is there anything better than beer and dark chocolate on Sunday evening?
I mean, yes, because I'm not a great fan of dark chocolate. We have found number 2 or number 3 is this?
No, it's
Number
number
three.
3, but that
Uh,
I
Valor,
do
is
not
that
usually go for dark chocolate, only with beer.
That is fine to open on stream. It is just a Feywild bridge map that I thought you'd be interested in.
Ooh,
A Feywild bridge.
pretty. Thank you.
You're welcome. That guy posts a lot of his custom maps. He's got a Feywild forest and a Feywild lake recently as well. As well as a load of different maps and planes like, you know, Limbo, Mount Celestia, stuff like that.
Noted, thank you.
You're welcome. We always need more maps.
Always.
I always realise every now and then I break my ideal,
Oh,
like just now with punching a fucking corpse.
respect.
Yes.
Yeah, we are just waiting for Charlie and Ray, I believe.
In fairness, it's noted down as, and I've used this beforehand, people deserve to be treated with dignity and respect. It's corpse, not a person. That's my excuse. It's why the eating the werewolf thing I semi-justified to myself. Quote, you just ate a person. No, I ate a werewolf. They're different.
Valor, can I get my other name on the Discord?
Oh, yes, I have been needing to update that. So, I'm just moving tokens around. Yep, change nickname. You guys obviously do have.
Thank you.
Eliminated target.
Yep. She agreed to it.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome
Is
back.
Charlie back?
He will be in just a second. I can relay anything.
Okay. Well, with you back and him coming back in a moment, I'm going to pull you all over to the winery map.
We do need to know Bryseis got the reconnaissance and came back, I'm sure. Presuming she hasn't had to blow the whistle.
Yes, I am moving you guys onto where you will be on the winery map. Bryseis, you are where you are, flying up towards the upper floor.
Yeah.
Decide to rename myself too.
I cannot see anything. Is that normal?
Irene is a human.
Oh, Esmeralda, give me 1 second.
Esmeralda.
It's daytime, isn't it still?
It is, but the reason I'm not doing global illumination is,
Yeah. It's just for Bruno, so, and the fact that I don't need to light up Pyre Mall.
and in fact, I'm gonna switch on all players see light on you as well for when you do light up Pyramol.
Question: did I know that Shambling Mound was a plant-based creature?
At the time, well, it was kind of obvious.
Right. So I can probably presume that just in case, going with lightning against plant-based creatures, probably no good.
So,
It's like Pokemon.
so Bryseis,
Yes.
you are flying on your broom.
Yes. And I'm gonna go to, if there is a middle window, I'd like to check that one out, and with my stealthy stealth of 18, hopefully not be seen, and very sneakily look in the window.
I mean, you can move yourself on the map. Hi. I'm not sure how much you saw as you went past.
Okay. She's looking in this window.
Make me a perception check.
God, that scared the shit out of me. I thought it was me.
God.
You don't see any motion in the corridor, although it does look like the closest door to you has been busted open and is hanging off its hinges.
Okay, moving to the next window.
Small corridor. That's the staircase. Oh, you found a friend. And she's looking right at you.
Do I notice who this person is?
Appears to be a druid of some kind.
Okay, very quickly, if I see obviously sees Bryseis, can I look past her and see if I see any more things in the room?
You do not see any more things in the room, although the druid, now looking right at you, is going to go ahead and she's just going to produce flame at you. That's a natural 20.
Doubly rude.
Bryseis, you take 6 points of fire damage reduced to 3 as you are a tiefling and you are resistant.
Can I do Hellish Rebuke on her?
Oh, fucking hell. Go for it.
Call that a fire? This is a fire.
And she shouts out, "They're here!"
Oh, Hellish Rebuke is still not working. Hold on.
I doubt it's going to happen, but if she one hit KOs this druid, would she not get the chance? Would the druid not get the chance to yell, "They're here"?
Well, she yelled that right before.
It's not clicking right. I don't know what it's doing.
On the attacks or the spell card or both?
Both. Now they're both not working. Oh, my sheets broke.
Never mind. My first roll was a 2.
Oh yeah, I need to give Sun a turn on the turn order.
Seriously, I'm clicking on both. They're not working.
I was like, I typed in, "Is initiative a skill?" And the first thing is, initiative is a self-management skill. I'm like, oh, I guess it's a skill. Looks down, www.youthemployment.org.uk. Not quite what I was.
Well, I don't know what your problem is, Bryseis, because I've got it working perfectly fine from your spell page.
I'm still clicking on it. I don't know what I'm
Are
doing.
you selecting what spell level to cast at?
Oh, that's it. Okay, now I'm officially rolling my own at level 2.
Dexterity save for half damage. Well, she saves. So that's 6 points of fire damage.
Still, it's more than she did to me.
And hers was with a natural 20.
Uh-huh. Alright, Bryseis does that. And then, okay, hold on. She blows the whistle. I will do that.
Those who are on the ground, you hear the whistle blow. And we're going to go into initiative order.
Ah, crap. Now,
Which we all did terrible on.
I rolled a 13, but I didn't have my token selected.
Adding you to the turn order.
so I can't move after I hit Hellish Rebuke.
I'll allow you to make a move.
Okay. Well, let me do initiative. I'll do.
I'm having issues with my internet. Be right back.
Okay. So you're trying to move down to the ground floor, by the way.
Actually, no. I'm going around I'm gonna try to get to the other side of the mansion.
You are on the far side from where the rest of your party will be.
Dang it. Fine, I'll go back the other.
Can cutting words be used against ability checks?
I don't know. You guys need to know your own abilities.
Hey, it's not mine. I'm just reading some on. When looking up is initiative and ability checks, someone's just said about cutting words.
She kind of looks over and sees everybody. I only found one. But I have an idea. But we're in initiative order, so everybody gets to do what they want. Do you mean to roll Glom's initiative?
He's done it. You know what? With the fact that you just booked it away from the druid, I'm going to take us back out of initiative order for now, but that will be the initiative orders
Okay.
whenever the fight gets picked.
I'm reloading back to the game, so
Noted.
Guys, I didn't know how much is in there, but we maybe we can try to lure him out. It's a lot easier to fight him out in the open like this than in a building.
Bryseis, I'm gonna hand you the silvered short sword just in case. It works just like yours, but if we're fighting any lycanthropes, it will be good.
Okay. I've taken us back out of initiative order, but we're in battle music. Everyone now knows there's enemies around.
Yeah.
That's the nearest thing, isn't it? The first door.
Yes. So I'm trying to juggle a lot of things, so I can't pull things onto my second screen the way I normally do.
Guys, I got an idea. What if I send an illusion in there, and then make them come running out when that illusion comes running out? We can at least try it.
And give me a moment, because I now need to do a few descriptions. So, from what you can see as you're approaching, resting on a flagstone veranda are 3 5-foot diameter wooden tubs. Their insides stained with grape juice. Each tub has a short ladder bolted to its side and a catch basin tucked underneath. At the back of the veranda is a large set of sliding wooden doors, as well as a normal-sized wooden door. Stone pillars and arches support the upper floor above. The well is a ring of tight-fitting moss-covered stones enclosing a 40-foot deep well, and sweet-smelling herbs hang from the eaves of this ramshackle wooden outhouse, which has a small crescent moon carved into its door. Is the other building that you're right next to? Yep.
Yeah.
And the door into this next room is smashed open. Bare hooks line the walls of the storage room. Shelves to the south hold several pairs of stained wooden sandals with oversized soles. Both doors to this room hang open. The one to the west is fitted with iron brackets and leads outside into the rain. Lying on the floor next to it is a 5-foot long wooden beam.
since I can only see really through the crack of it, I turn to the others I will calm myself for uno momento and look to the party to see if they're okay with me entering the building.
I'm gonna cast protection from evil on you.
Look, let's see if we can get him out here.
Targeting undead.
They know we're here, don't they?
Yeah, but if we get him outside, we have a better chance of being able to move around. We go in there, all the crap is gonna come on top of us.
I'm
Let
looking around the
me-
wine stuff.
As a note, Brammyr, you can smell the rich smell of fermenting wine coming from the room beyond, although something smells wrong about it.
They're
Hey,
doing something different.
Donovich! Donovich! Want a rematch?
I'm just for a moment taking one step in. Oh shit, I gotta do 2 steps to actually get a proper look in the room. Can I get a better look of what smells wrong?
Hard to tell, as the druid that was on the upper balcony that engaged Bryseis in battle is running away from the window where she was stood at. It looks like something's been going on with these vats, but it's really hard to tell from the ground floor where you are. Now you're inside. Rich smell of fermenting wine fills this large 2-story chamber, which is dominated by 4 enormous wooden casks, each one 8 feet wide and 12 feet tall. A wooden staircase in the centre of the room climbs to a 10-foot high wooden balcony that cleans the south wall. There's 4 windows set into it at balcony level. Stacked against the wall underneath the balcony are old empty barrels with the Wizard of Wines burned into their sides. The balcony climbs another 5 feet as it continues along the west and east walls, ending at doors leading to the winery's upper level. Underneath these side balconies are several doors, some of which hang open. Beneath the sloping roof stretch thick rafters upon which scores of ravens have quietly gathered. They watch you with great interest. The balcony creaks, drawing your eye to a wild-looking figure who was initially hunched over the westernmost cask, but having fought Bryseis a little bit, is now running away. You can see that a flask of thick syrup has been left behind by her. She wears a gown made of animal skins and a headdress with goat horns, and her hair is long and unkempt. Suddenly you see something skittering across the floor. Looks like a tiny creature made of twigs. Moves to its hiding place under the stairs and disappears behind the easternmost cask.
I don't think we're going to be able to lure them out. I'm going to move up to here. Can I, these are the bats, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
With just one hand, just start turning the valve to make one start, pouring or dripping out.
Some wine comes out.
I want to catch some.
Okay. And 1 second, Glom, what are you doing during this?
I'm wandering around the front
Oh.
looking at the vats.
Where is Cloudy's token? There's Cloudy's token. He has dark vision, right, Mir? No.
No, he doesn't. But he should have sight. Thank you.
You missed the description while you weren't here.
No, I got it.
This is for Glom's benefit.
Oh,
Resting on the firestone veranda are 3 5-foot diameter wooden tubs, inside stayed with grape juice. Each tub has a short ladder bolted to its side and a catch basin tucked underneath. Back of the veranda is a large size sliding wooden door as well as a normal sized wooden door. Stone pillars and arches support the upper floor above.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna get in.
I want
Yeah,
to
Bryseis is coming in.
I want to taste any of the wine that I managed to catch, just to see if it's still like the wine I've been tasting, or
Can
if there's something.
you make me a Constitution saving throw, please? Do you have advantage
Yeah.
against poison?
Yes,
He is
I
a
do.
dwarf.
You do save against the poison. However, you can taste that poison, that wine is poisoned.
They're messing with the wine. They're trying to poison it.
Oh, hell no.
Trying.
They have poisoned it. Did I see which direction the little thing was and which direction the druid went?
The little thing went into the easternmost vat. The druid fucked off up in this direction and then sort of this direction above you and into a room up there.
Okay. I'm gonna move over. Hell, I'll even dash to, if I can.
Yeah, we're not currently in initiative order.
I want to search for this thing. I want to be looking around.
Okay. You're searching the vat.
Yeah, wherever I can to find this thing.
Okay. So you search this thing, and this is going to get very fun for me because holy shit, are there enough tokens in this barrel? Let me just make this public, and then let me grab all of these from the GM layer. This is going to get very awkward. Token layer.
Holy.
So these are going to go ahead and fill the entire space that they can around this barrel.
Are these like tiny?
These are small plants.
Small plants.
Do
So
they
they
look like
should-
they have not that many hit points?
Maybe.
Are these twig blights?
Maybe.
Are we in initiative order now?
Give me a moment because I'm still moving the 24 twig blight tokens.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're setting this fucking.
And let me resort the initiative order. Now we're in initiative order.
Motherfucker, beat me.
The druids, Bryseis, Glom, the twig blights, Brammyr, Cloudy, Sun, Esmeralda, Vine blights if they're around. So I'm just going to skip ahead to Bryseis. As basically all of these twig blights just exploded out of the barrel when he tried it.
She like starts screaming. Oh god, I got a spider! Sleep! Just go to sleep!
Okay.
And before they all have 1 HP.
You wish. Ping it, Ray.
Jesus. If they did have all 1 HP, that'd be them all gone.
26. So, that one. I'm starting with the ones closest to you. It's 12, 16, 20, 24. No others can be put to sleep.
Wasn't too bad of a roll either.
So that's your action, and you just knocked out 6 of them.
Okay. Okay.
4 of them.
Yep.
Can she hop on her broom and like go up to the highest point of the ceiling she can in that
Oh,
room?
I assumed you were on the broom.
Oh no, she wasn't when she walked in. Now she is. She is
Okay.
like screaming and like up on the top part of the ceiling.
I can imagine it's just a stereotypical like 60s woman like getting on the chair to get away.
Okay. Anything else you're doing on your turn? I'll move you up to sort of this area of the map just to note it.
No, I'm gonna hold off on inspirations and all that kind of stuff right now.
Okay. I know that you can't see them at the moment, just trust me.
Yeah. Okay.
I am keeping track of where you are relative, just so that I note you're in the air for myself so I don't try and attack you. Glom, you just heard screaming coming from one of the tieflings.
Alright.
Probably
Move
Bryseis.
here.
There we go. I've got an
Do
orange
we have
bead.
Zesi with us?
You do not.
Or are we pretending he stayed behind?
Yeah,
like,
well, no,
guarding
Zesi
the
yeah, he's-
kids and stuff?
I'm
Oh,
pretending
yeah.
you stayed behind. Hi, Glom.
Zesi stayed behind to look after the were-ravens as Danica came with us.
Yes.
We'll chalk it up to that.
Speaking of, I need to put her on the initiative order. holy shit, do I have enough handouts to manage at the moment?
Fun.
Because I can't drag anything onto my second screen so I don't spoil stuff for the stream. I mean, I can, but I don't particularly want to.
Where's the third screen life?
I'm going to have to at this rate.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay, so, Glom, you've moved up and you can see beyond the open door, there's a load of sleeping plants on the ground. And there's Danica, so she'll come in the order just after you, Glom.
I think my turn's kind of over because I just see sleeping plants, so I'm not going to start
You've
smashing.
moved, you still have your action.
In the
Well, I
back,
mean-
the plants are not sleeping.
Great.
They might only have 4 HP, but
Yeah, just splat him, it's fine.
Yeah, fine, I'll attack the one closest to me, I guess.
you know what. Okay. Yep. I'm just going to kill that now.
Jesus Christ. I think even if he rolls into Snake Eyes, he's still outright
Are you
kills them.
going to use a second attack?
No, that's good for now.
Okay. Danica's turn. She's going to step on past you, son, and make her first attack with a short sword. Kills that blight. Make a second attack with a short sword. Kills that blight. Now it rolls on to the blights. And oh boy, are there enough of them.
Oh shit, I just realised I'm literally wait, I'm technically like here, surrounded by
That one's
four
going
of
to come
them,
to
one of
there, that one to there. This one's going to move round 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Because, yeah, are there enough of these things? And where did I put the twig blights? So, Brammyr, that's 3 attacks onto you, as
Yep.
these things claw at you. Miss. AC,
17. Are they evil?
yes.
Disadvantage on all of them.
They'll miss. 1, 2, 3 attacks against Cloudy. Miss. Cloudy's AC
Sorry,
15.
misses.
sorry, it's not if they're evil, it's if they're aberration celestial. They
Uh,
or undead.
They are none of the above.
Then it's not at disadvantage. I apologise. I take that back.
They miss anyway.
Oh. Okay.
1 attack against Danica, misses. 1 attack against Sun, misses. Holy shit, I haven't rolled above a 15 on any of the attacks.
Licked whites are not exactly heavy hitters.
Nope. Brammyr.
Bada swing. Bada swing.
Oh.
Damn. Never mind.
That's about a miss. Which
Yeah.
one did you kill with that first hit?
The one, actually, that one.
Okay.
I was gonna say the one behind
Lick.
me, but yeah.
That one's been dusted.
Miss-
I don't know why I even bothered rolling damage with the amount of shit that's on.
Anything else on your turn?
Nope.
Cloudy.
Cloudy's gonna bat. He's gonna bat this one.
Okay. This is going to turn into a total kill farm for you guys.
Oh yeah.
It's at this point that I kind of wish that I was like a really high level Order of the Lycan Blood Hunter. Because there's a curse called.
Cloudy's gonna miss.
I haven't seen your attack roll come through. Oh. That's because I was looking on my wrong screen and you sent that straight to... Yeah, no, Cloudy misses. Yep.
Yep.
Sun. Poor
Sun's
Cloudy. He would have
gonna
killed with
short
that.
sword this one.
Okay.
But that is cocked. That is 11.
Misses.
Yeah. Then offhand, the whisper. That is much better. That is a 20 total.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, I get sneak attack, so I'm just gonna assume that kills.
Oh. Pff, yeah.
They have 4 hit points, don't they?
Yes.
If I roll zeros on all my dice, I kill it, just like Glom.
Not with my offhand,
Anyway,
because I don't get to add my dex to my
anything else
offhand.
on your turn, Sam?
No.
Okay, Esmeralda.
Is this one asleep? Sorry.
I've marked the ones that are asleep.
Yeah, I cannot see it.
That
this
one. Which one?
That one seems to be not be
This
asleep.
one.
The one straight to the south of you is not.
Right. I'll start with this one.
Killed with the crit damage alone.
I'll move forward and do this one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, Cloudy had advantage.
What was his hit with advantage?
12.
Still missed.
Okay.
That's another kill.
Total kill
And
farm for you
then-
guys.
I'll go. Cannot move. Here, and I'll go for this one.
Okay.
That's the handheld.
Whoa! Hey up, I'm now in a vat.
At the edge of
It's
that.
my turn.
I'll
DM
snip-
moved him.
Let me snipping tool what I can see. Oh, never mind.
I moved the dynamic lighting on the vats, otherwise this is going to just annoy everyone.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you.
you.
Cool as it looks.
Yeah, nah, it's fair.
Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. Oh dear. Exists.
Bryseis, you're up again.
Well, I'm afraid not.
What? For fuck's sake.
Strahda's going to go ahead and cast Immolation onto Danica. Oh, sorry, Immolate onto Danica. Danica needs to make me a dexterity saving throw. Danica is on fire. And takes 23 points of fire damage.
How?
And I'm just going to now edit her token, because as she's on fire, she's now shedding light.
And where do we see the bastard?
Oh, Bryseis sees him. He's on the balcony above you. Sort of up here. Oh, I was wondering when you guys would turn up. Such a shame that your little raven friend is going to burn away, but I did warn you. So that's going to use his move to just step back into the room. Bryseis.
Would lesser restoration or healing help the fire?
Water. Water would probably help.
I don't have any water. I'm a freaking tiefling. All I got's fire, and that's not gonna help right now.
And please no one suggest her jumping in the vats of wine.
I mean, can I take my water skin and dump it on her?
Do you want to try as your action?
I don't think I want to cast lesser restoration on her. But that's what I want to try to do to get rid of the fire.
Read the
Isn't it touch?
description.
Yeah.
The description of Lesser Restoration. It tells you what the spell can do. Which does not say stop
no.
on fire people
Dang.
being on
Blinding,
fire.
deafened, paralysed, or poisoned.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna dump my water skin on her.
You don't, so, as your action, you pull out your water skin and you pour the water on her, and the fire still burns.
That's what I figured.
I'm going to move you along just to match. She's there.
And I guess I can't do a healing spell after that because that was my action.
You do have bonus action healing word.
I'm gonna healing word her.
Okay. 5 points. Glom. Yeah. Which one are you killing?
The only one
What,
with
in
him.
front of me?
Okay. Give me a second to kill the token. Token has been killed.
Can I free action? Yo, Clom, let's go upstairs. Before anyone takes that out of context, it's because of Strahd, okay? I know you're kind.
Okay. Pop.
Oh, this look interesting.
Uh,
Think he'll end it there.
okay. Danica, if I can find her character sheet, needs to repeat the dexter. Well, is going to use her action to stab this. Stab this blight. Pop. Is going to try and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 is going to dash towards. Well, can't dash, but he's going to start running towards the well. Needs to repeat the dexterity saving throw. Takes 13 points of burn damage and turns to dust.
Oh, fuck.
You just hear the fire roar and a scream of pain, and you think you see some ashes float through the door. Twig Blights. Those guys are asleep. These guys are going to go 5, 10. 5, 5, 10, 15. 2 attacks against you, Brammyr. Misses. 1 against Esmeralda. Hits. 4 points of piercing damage at last. Second against Esmeralda. Misses. Attack against Cloudy. Misses. I believe his AC is 15.
It is.
Attack against Sun. Misses. Brammyr.
How high up is it to climb up? Considering I have some amount of claws.
It's a
but not climbing
balcony.
speed. Yeah, I'd have to go. Yeah, that's not really practical.
You would have to
Okay.
go up the stairs and round.
Yeah. Alright. Well, action. Smash.
Do you have advantage?
Glom is not flanking, so no, I don't.
Action miss.
The second attack, also miss. Well, it was worth a shot.
Seems to be too distracted by the death screens of Danica.
Can I like hobble over those sleeping ones?
Difficult terrain, and you will take opportunity attacks.
Yeah, I'm happy to take the opportunity attacks.
I mean, not that they're going to hit you. These things are great. Challenge 1/8. Might scare a level 1 character.
I've got to move to there then. Which means 2 attacks opportunities if you took that.
Oh, they missed.
And I'm going to be to Glom. We need to take him down. That's it.
Cloudy.
Cloudy's gonna bite. Bite.
Yep.
With advantage.
Om nom nom. Plant is tasty.
He's gonna chew on some sticks. And that's about it, really.
Your turn.
Bonus action to disengage. I'm gonna use my feline agility to double my movement speed.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not gonna bother bonus action disengaging because bleh. And I'm gonna run to the stairs and up. I'm gonna assume that goes upstairs too, right?
Yep.
So I have a shit ton of movement.
You can see that room, the door is busted open. That is room 20. And inside you can see a druid and 2 bigger blights. In this chamber, a desk, a chair, a tall wooden cabinet, a strange contraption that takes up most of the northern end of the room. 3 creatures are here. One appears human, but is so caked with dirt and mud it's hard to know for sure. Her hair is full of twigs and her face is hidden behind a veil of moss. She's rooting through the contents of the cabinet and haphazardly tossing them onto the floor. Behind her stand 2 creatures entirely made of dead vines.
Yeah, I don't care about her. Whereabouts would be the balcony from what I would know? Okay. I'm gonna run to that and open that door, and I'm not sure how much
Let me check.
movement.
So how much is your movement with feline agility?
My movement with feline agility is 60 for my movement, 60 for my bonus action
60.
dash.
Okay. You still have 35 left of your movement.
And still have my action.
Fucking hell. Okay. Oh yeah, because bonus action dash. Jesus.
Rogues.
Hi.
Hi. So, are we having a fight, or are you just here to say hi in your very weird way?
Oh, I was mostly just here to observe the battle and kill off any ravens you happen to bring with you, but if you want to fight, he draws Ruby Fang. I'm more than willing.
I just want to kill stuff right now. Not necessarily you, but it depends on you, guy. Can I kill her?
What's behind him? She doesn't matter, go for it.
Do I hear this conversation or not?
Make a perception check.
Okay,
It
it's
is
advantage.
hearing.
Yes, it's advantage. Didn't yet. Wait.
Yeah,
minus
you
2,
can
17.
make out that Sun's saying something, I assume, rather loudly.
Oh yeah.
Can I hear what he says?
He's not talking that loudly, no you can't.
Okay.
He can't actually get out of the way because technically it's still your turn. There you go. And this room contains a rectangular table surrounded by 8 chairs, an L-shaped cupboard, and a floor-to-ceiling closet pantry. Next to the pantry is a small iron stove. Congratulations, you found the dining room.
Woo! I'm gonna stab her with a whisper, actually.
Okay.
Um,
She does already look like she took a bit of damage. Well, she looks a little bit singed around the edges.
oh, that's the one that
Yeah.
Bryseis attacked. That's cocked. I need to move my dice tray because it's kind of on cables. I'm gonna assume that a 14 plus 8 is gonna hit.
Oh. Yeah.
So that does 2. I don't get sneak attack because Strahd is not an ally.
No, he's not.
So...
Did you actually
No.
just say that?
So that's 7, and she had to do the wisdom
That's for you
save.
anyway.
Isn't that only on a crit?
No.
Whisper, I believe, is only on a crit.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. Yeah.
Yeah, whenever you strike with a critical hit using Whisper.
Ooh. Okay. Never mind then. She takes 7 points of damage.
Yep, she does. She looks like she's hurting a bit, but not bloodied.
Like, I'm not stupidly gonna attack Strahd all on my own.
Good girl. Wait for reinforcements.
That's my turn, probably.
Okay. End of your turn, Strahd's going to use a legendary action to move out of the way, and you see him just pull out an apple as he leans on the banister watching the carnage below.
I was leaning on a banister. There's something I really want to do, but it'll piss him off so.
He's just eating an apple because it makes him look like even more of an asshole. Esmeralda.
Right. I'm gonna try and take out all 3 that are around me.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, second.
Misses. Dead.
Let's do them. And I'm gonna run up the stairs. Like, walk up the stairs.
Okay. I will move you 5, 10, 15.
One attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh no. A twig
Oh,
bite
no.
gets an opportunity attack. It misses.
Flick.
Oh. Do you have movement left?
You've used 15 to get to there.
So 15.
You can see Strahd leaning on the banister there.
I'm gonna move. Just move.
Okay. The Vine Blights, having now been, triggered by Sun, are gonna come on out. Oh no, their speed is 10 feet.
Oh no!
They're gonna dash.
For grand
Oh
total
no,
of
they
20.
moved 20 feet!
The druid is going to step up, pull up her quarterstaff, and going to try and just bop you on the head with it. 18 hit
Go
you?
ahead. Yes, actually.
4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
And this druid's going to come out of this room and is going to... God, their spell list is awful.
There's stairs here as well.
I don't see where you're pinging. I've got so many character sheets open. You know what, she's just
No,
going to produce flame at Bryseis.
I'm meaning towards Glom because he's eyeing up going to a different set of stairs.
She
Right.
can see me?
I'm ruling the entire upper corridor here as a balcony rather than a corridor. Let me go into the dynamic lighting layer.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that kind of means that I would, like, I couldn't see some of the things.
There we go. That's a bit better.
Mm.
I probably got it wrong. That should have been a corridor, but oh well, that's a balcony now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
she's
think the
shooting at something
balcony
at
is
me?
on that side.
Yeah, but it's cooler this way. Bryseis, you take a grand total of 1 point of fire damage.
I take it that's after resistance, right?
It's 1 point either way.
Oh.
Okay.
Damn it, if only it was rounded down.
Strahd's
Gets hit with 1 point.
going to ready an action.
Fuck you.
Bryseis.
Okay. Can I? The thing that's right. Okay, ping. There. Right there. Can I see that?
Yeah.
Even though I can just see the edge of it.
Just about.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot a fireball in that corner. So it'll hopefully hit those 3 things.
Does this go down as well?
Yes.
I don't know.
It will hit you as well, Bryseis.
Let's see. If I
Also,
back up
property.
just a-
Also, the Bryseis are property damage. Still hits you.
Yeah, fireball may not be too good in this situation.
There you go. Now you're out of range.
Nope,
Never
shooting it. All 3 of them.
God damn.
Jesus Christ.
Which corner is it in?
Far left corner.
Oh, far left. Okay. There's
Yeah,
nothing there.
you should be fine going through that staircase.
Okay, I'm going to give the Vine Blights a dexterity save. Fail. Fail. Give the Druid a dexterity save. Fails.
Those
There's
are
also there's one thing downstairs that would be within range,
So let me just go ahead and...
which I've just realised is 4 HP.
Let me
so
just
my-
go ahead and... Oops.
Did she kill all the things?
Maybe. Oh, impressive. You finally did something for once. Glom.
Okay, like he was asking, is this a set of stairs?
Yes,
over
it
here
is.
in this other corridor?
That is area 12. That's actually a ramp leading up, but yes. Scratch
So
might suggest that barrels are rolled up and down the ramp on a routine basis.
Can I climb it easily, or would I need to go up the stairs?
Oh, you can climb it.
Okay, then up I go.
15, 20, 25, 30. You have 10 more feet. There you go. And you can just see in the room there. Sorry, having to. This room has a wooden floor with a 10-foot square hole cut into the middle of it. Looming over the hole is a wooden winch. Perched atop it is a man with wild hair, rotted teeth, and skin painted red with blood. He waves a gnarled staff from a black branch and babbles at you.
Blah, blah, blah.
Wacka 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 wacka.
Can't reach.
Damn it.
Yeah, can't reach anything, so I'm done.
Danica is dead. Needs to be removed from the turn order. The twig blights are pretty much all asleep.
2 of them left.
Yep.
Yeah, 2 of them are here.
Do they pick me or do they pick Cloudy?
Oh, they're going over to Cloudy.
Shrugs.
Misses. Deadmere Wolfsbane.
5, 10. Wait, could I have gone just 5 there? Through there?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going up, so however much movement that takes.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I have 25, unfortunately, so you've got to move me back 5.
Okay.
And since I can't do anything there, I'm gonna dash, so... Sorry for wasting your time there. 5. I can't see anything on the bottom layer, can I?
No, not from there. That's actually a wall.
Oh. 10, 15, 20... Damn it! I can't get any further. That's as far as I can go with a dash.
Just move those for you.
Okay, so I can see a few things.
Cloudy.
Clearly, you need to take a couple of levels into Rogue. Cloudy's gonna do some cleaning up. She's downstairs.
Okay.
Then gonna bite.
Nom.
Nom 1.
Look.
That's all. He's gonna be doing that, I think, for a while.
Okay. It's your turn.
Yep. Short sword attack. That's a natural 19, so that's gonna hurt.
Yeah. 11 AC, 16 AC. She had time to bark skin herself.
10, 15, 16, 21 damage.
Wait, how are you going to sneak attack?
Oh no, I don't get sneak attack. Sorry. So no, that's 10 damage.
Okay, she's looking really the worst for wear.
Offhand with whisper.
Okay.
It's a natural 17.
Yep.
For 4 damage.
Sun's purring.
And then I'm
Esmeralda.
gonna move out into. Oh, that's not the same. Okay. Well, Strahd is kind of in the way.
Just a tad.
Just that.
I mean, it'll be difficult terrain, but it'll let you through.
I'm gonna move past him and see that Bryseis took care of things.
Yeah, you can see downstairs, Cloudy is basically just cleaning up.
Yep. Can I still open that door?
Yes, this appears to be sleeping quarters.
Nobody in here.
Nope.
I'm like, damn it! I wanted to kill more things.
Bryseis kind of took out the trash.
Does Sun still have her bloodthirst thing?
A tiny bit.
Oh, okay. Explains it.
Esmeralda, it's your turn.
Alright, I'll move to there with my turn.
Okay.
Don't see anyone.
This droid is going to fuck off by literally jumping down onto the layer below.
Can I get an attack of opportunity?
No,
Damn it!
you don't have the reach for that.
Was it like down that way?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Jumps down onto the wagon below and then starts running. There's no other druids in combat because Bryseis kind of killed the other one. So, what's it to be? Are you going to continue cleaning this place out? Or are you going to pick a fight with me now and potentially have to run away again? Strahd is once again going to ready an action. Bryseis.
Bryseis flips him off and goes. Okay, is there any other enemies that she can see?
You can see quite a few twig blights on the layer below. Let me just quickly move you down so you get the picture.
Oh, those little things.
Yep.
She's going to use her new silver short sword and chop away at the nearest one that's not sleeping.
So
So
move to
the
there on
only
that
one
one.
that's not sleeping.
Yes.
Yep. Roll your attack. Cool. Yep. Whee. Yep. Twig blights, yo. It's not even gonna bother having the character sheet open anymore.
Yeah, the rest are still asleep for like 8 more rounds.
And Bryseis, let me move you back up so you can actually see what's going up here.
Okay.
Go on.
Flips Strahd off again.
Oh, he's still just enjoying his apple and watching this.
Oh, crap, I wasn't paying attention. Where'd Babbling Guy go?
Oh, he jumped down onto the wagon below and fucked off.
Oh,
Jump down this bit and just...
Yep.
By all means, jump as well. Chase him.
that's a good idea. Yeah, well, no. Excuse me. Let me just get through here.
There you go. Are you jumping down or?
No, actually, I was trying to go out onto the balcony, but that doesn't seem to work.
Should be able to just move through the doorway there.
Turn that way.
Yeah.
There we go. Hmm.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. That is the max of your movement.
Yep, so I'm kind of done again.
Twig blights are asleep. I might as well just remove them from the tunnel because I'm assuming Cloud is just going to go full cleanup.
Yeah.
Brammyr.
I turn to Esmeralda.
Jump.
I'll be back. Jump
Hello,
down.
Terminator.
10, 15, 20, 25. I'm moving in front of her. Him.
Please ignore the female token. It's the droid token. Damage. So that's 16, 20.
22,
Brammyr.
28.
Brammyr. How do you want to do this?
I just jump down into the wagon, sprint and jump in front, and with one uppercut swing, just smash up, not even looking at them, as when I turn back to look, they're just ashes in the air.
Just like Danica.
Dude. And unfortunately, that was all my movement to get here,
And your action to attack.
and my action to attack, so I'm done.
Cloudy.
Do I even need to bother rolling for munching the twigs on the ground?
No. Just go ahead and kill that one.
Cloud is having fun, y'all.
Oh yeah. Unsurprisingly, Sun. And actually, Ender Cloud's turn starts to say, "Oh, right, you're going to be needing me to get out the way so you can get downstairs." Excuse me. And he is going to just walk through you.
Attack of opportunity, attack of opportunity.
Without provoking opportunity attack.
Damn it.
Hey, you squish past him, he's doing the same to you.
Okay, he didn't like magically go through
No.
me. Okay. Okay.
So he's gonna get fuck off, Fine Blight. He's gonna move to there.
Right, but what's your problem with the were ravens? They're just making wine and you're just destroying everything. Wine is good. Why would you do that? Don't you like wine?
As much as I enjoy a good glass of champagne every now and then, you know, you did break my heart, and technically the law states the only lycanthropes allowed in Barovia are wolves, which also means that your little boyfriend is going to get it if he comes back here.
Well, he's not technically a lycanthrope. And also, how can you outlaw people for being what they are, what they're born like, some of them?
I
That
would have
doesn't
outlawed
make sense.
I would have outlawed the wolves as well, but they were here before I was. I banned lycanthropy as one of my first actions. Also, Bryseis, what would you do if you burned another doll?
What?
What would you do if I told you that your fireball burned another doll?
A doll?
Yep.
Is it totally gone, or is it just sent?
You don't know.
But Bryce is gonna go check out that area? Cause she might see it?
What is Sun doing on her turn? Bryseis, you're technically still in initiative order.
I'm gonna go check out the doll!
So, what you're saying is they cannot come back here to make wine. Pity.
I mean, I did give you the gem that used the champagne. To be honest, once you've killed all the druids in here, I might turn a blind eye, so long as you don't piss me off any further.
And yet you still killed Danica.
I told you I was going to have to deal with the fact that they're breaking the law, and you brought her with you. So yes, I'm afraid you're going to find only Danica ashes when you check outside.
So wait, you want us to deal with the druids? Like all of them?
They've started to worship me rather than just acknowledge that I'm their overlord.
We can do that. Okay.
Besides, as I say, I do enjoy a good glass of wine. Hopefully once production's back running again, I might sit you down so we can sample some more, especially when you come visit the castle. Oh, and it's good to see Cloudy back. I do love wolves.
Well, look before you throw fireballs next time.
Okay, that was a total accident and you know it.
Wait, 6 seconds, guys.
Rule
That's
of course
why
is...
I'm not gonna take any actions on my turn or anything.
I mean, I'm kind of...
I know.
I mean, I'm just in the process of letting Cloudy have his munching party.
I do want to be making my way up, by the way. Just to point out.
Yep, that's fine. Yeah, Cloudy's munched by this point, and you guys can move to wherever you would have moved to.
I would have jumped.
What, after Brammyr?
Yes.
Okay.
That was...
Oops.
Yeah, I know. I need to get up again.
Whee!
So we
The
can
more
go
Esper-
kill the druids. The others can come back and sort out the wine stuff, and they're not going to be in danger. Are we agreed?
You might want to purify those vats, but... shake on it. And Strahd's actually going to step next to you and offer his hand.
I'm gonna insight check, even though he hasn't lied to me yet.
Cool. Go ahead.
Oh, right, I have disadvantage. My first roll was the lowest anyways.
Let me move you back up the quickest way, Brammyr. Same goes for you, Esmeralda. So what's your total?
17.
Seems to be genuinely offering you a deal.
I'm gonna reluctantly shake his hand.
He more gives you the warrior's handshake. He grasps your arm and shakes it that way.
Just as I get there as well and see this.
Yep.
Very well.
I yank back my arm as fast as I can.
And with you doing that, like, he was holding Ruby Fang just out the whole time, and he just now sheathes it properly. Just leans back against the wall.
I feel dirty for agreeing to anything.
A deal is a deal. Besides, what kind of host would I be if I didn't keep my word? Go on. You'll find one more druid and spawn downstairs.
The rest of the party can take care of it. Why don't you like lycanthropes?
To be honest, the original law was because of the way lycanthropes in the past had acted. I would have outlawed the wars, but as I said, they predate me. The ability to transform at will quite often was responsible for scaring my subjects, and in the past, lycanthropes would attack indiscriminately. I'm going to move Cloudy on up as well.
The ravens don't attack people, though.
You know why I killed Danica and the other were-ravens? It was to make a point after what you did.
Did it despite us rather than the fact you don't like lycanthropes?
Officially, I'm enforcing the law. Unofficially, yes.
Tyrant as always.
Oh, benevolent overlord, always.
We almost agreed on the point. Almost. Until you warp your point into something for your own agenda. And if a bear could spit, a bear will spit.
It's such a shame, Bryseis. I heard that the Marticos kept a particularly nice doll in the far room, but you appear to have set it all on fire. How unfortunate.
She rushes in there with the broom, doesn't matter if it's on fire, and goes to look for the doll.
Whee! I mean, you can see a doll that's on fire.
She goes really quickly and starts patting it off.
Appears to be a doll of a raven that is now half burned.
I mean, it's fine, it's already black, right?
Point.
There you go. She's gonna take it and she will bring it to Blinsky when she gets a chance and have him fix it. She hugs it and says, "I'm so sorry. Don't worry, I know just the person that'll fix you, and actually, I might be able to do a little bit myself."
It doesn't lead to where I thought it did.
With lip curled, I'm just going to turn to Sun.
He won't kill the others. We need to take what we can.
Turn back to Strahd. Small bit of raised eyebrows as I go on.
We made a deal, we shook on it. You guys get rid of the rest of the druids here. I don't kill any of the rest of the ravens, and they can start their production again. Where's Cloudy during all of this? I've moved him up so he's on the same layer as you guys.
Oh. If he's finished munching.
Oh, yeah.
Probably gonna take. Well, there's a wall here, so he's gonna make his way towards Sun and probably be stuck in the way by Strahd.
Strahd's gonna pet him and let him come past.
Can I tell from here where the other druid is?
I mean, you could ask
there was
Strahd.
another druid.
Down the staircase here, through the barrel storage, far south side of the room you were in when the twig blights exploded everywhere, down the stairs at the back. There's an underground section.
I give a... I can't even think of the word that I'd... to reflect the emotion of the look that I give Strahd.
Disgust?
Reluctance is a little... somewhere between disgust and reluctance. And I'm just gonna vault over the banister.
You do so. Actually, give me a moment to clean up the twig blights.
No worries.
Because, holy shit, are there
Yes.
enough of them? That's better. Now I can actually use that room again. Wee. Blop. How's everyone else doing?
Wait, which way did you say again?
To the south.
South.
Bryseis has put the doll in her bag and goes out of the room. She's gonna flip Strahd off one more time and go look for the last bits of druid.
I'm gonna bolt down too and try and go after that last druid.
I'll send a dirty look at Strahd and jump.
You know, he really should just kill you on the spot, Esmeralda, but considering that your main character is dead.
I almost spit at him.
You know how he was ready in action? It might have been disintegrate the whole time.
I need moving to.
I have enough hit points to take it. Disintegration.
Ray, stop trying to move yourself against the barrier.
Got 5 more feet. Actually, probably not.
So where are we going?
South, way down.
South and down the stairs.
Right.
Is Glom also vaulting over?
I'm assuming so.
Cloudy will probably walk around and take the stairs because Cloudy does not have a death wish.
Poor pup.
Poor puppy.
Just realised Brammyr is probably actually the size of a small bear because he is a dwarf. Like, he grows in size, but is still a small bear.
The room that you pass through, by the way, you are in a bit of a hurry as you go through, but
Yeah.
a dirty window in the south wall allows dim light to enter this room. Wine bottles are manufactured here. It's evidenced by the tools lying around, the wooden rack of freshly blown glass bottles along the south wall, the hearth built into the southwest corner, a barrel of sand standing next to it. The staircase descends underground, and between it and the rack of bottles stands a barred door. DM to players, do any of you mind if I swap which vestige is where so that Hobbit can actually be here when he gets his vestige?
That's fine
That's
by me.
fine.
I'm okay
I'm
with it.
fine with it.
Okay, Bryseis, as you run
Of
through
course
the
you're
room,
fine with
Bryseis, as you run through the room, your attention is actually sort of pulled towards the barrel of sand for a moment, but you focus on running downstairs.
She kind of looks over at it. My spider senses are tingling like it's another ball. Does she go investigate it? Is it that much of a pool?
I mean, would you run downstairs or would you investigate it?
She'd investigate it.
Okay, let me move you back up. And I'll swap Glom with where you were. And I'm going to move Cloudy to there, but he can't technically follow downstairs. You sift through the barrel of sand for a moment, and your hand catches what feels like the hilt of a sword.
And she pulls it out.
Hey. It takes you a moment, but you... Give me a second, I need to edit the handout. Because I'd accidentally left some text on that shouldn't have been there.
I did not realize it was a longsword.
Hey, I thought it was a short sword.
Nope,
I
it's a
thought it
longsword.
was a.
Oh,
I thought it
rapier.
was a rapier.
By the campaign book, it's a longsword.
Can I use that?
I think so.
Don't think bards are. Oh no, I think they are. It's just not finesse. Because longswords aren't finesse.
Feel free, if you would rather it was a rapier, it can be a rapier.
Okay, yes, please.
A long rapier, that's what we call it.
Ungrateful
slang.
sods.
It's slang, that's what it is.
Ungrateful sods. I give you vestiges and you immediately complain about them.
Wouldn't be players without it.
I'm only pointing out that longswords don't have finesse.
Give you vestiges and you
unless
complain
this
about
one-
them.
Unless this one has finesse.
Oh, nice. So when I use Bardic Inspiration, no matter who it's towards, I still get advantage on that.
Yep.
Nice.
Providing you use Mythcarver.
Coming into the area down here, wooden pillars and beams support a 10-foot high ceiling of this ice-cold cellar, which is split in two by a 5-foot wide brick wall. A thin mist covers the floor. Each half of the cellar features an 8-foot tall wooden partition that doubles as a wine rack. The western rack stands empty, but the eastern one is half filled with wine bottles. Something moves behind the eastern wine rack. Through the holes you glimpse a half-dozen humanoid figures, one with a full rack of antlers. You hear a gravelly voice mutter the words of a spell.
Is this one of those cases that's like... it's skewed?
And the druid is going to go ahead and cast Thunderwave.
Okay.
Oh.
What
Uh,
saves that?
Constitution saving throw for Brammyr and for Glom.
Fucking god. I rolled a 3. That's a 9. Probably a fail.
I mean, yeah, Glom, because I rolled like shit, you take 1 point of thunder damage. Brammyr, you take 3 points of thunder damage, and you are pushed into sun. And you also hear, I get to roll a number.
Oh shit.
You also hear what sounded like quite a lot of wine barrels shatter.
Ah, fudge.
And with the needle blights, we are back in initiative order, and that's his turn. He orders the needle blights into action. 5, 10, 15. Yeah, they have 30 foot of movement. That was going to come round. That was going to come round. That was going to come round. That's going to go to there. That's going to go to there. So, Brammyr, having been knocked into sun, you're prone, so it has advantage on melee attacks. The one next to you is going to make a single claw attack, which misses. Disadvantage on the ranged attack. What's your AC?
17.
Misses. 3 round by Glom. Miss with a natural 1. Glom's AC is... yeah, misses. Bryseis, you're at the back of the staircase.
I can see a health bar. That's it.
Ooh. She's gonna put the sword on it. I'm assuming it has a sheath and everything.
Yes.
She's gotta put it on her belt and kind of make sure it doesn't drag the ground. It's a little long, but I like them that way. She takes the sword and kind of gets back on her broom, and she's gonna go see what all the shattering was about.
I mean, getting down the staircase is going to be interesting, but sure.
I mean, she's kind of flying above us.
Noted,
Yeah, I'm
Brammyr.
flying above it.
Okay.
Where do I move to, Jesus?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'll move you out there just so that you can see what's going on and just say that you're flying.
Okay, so that's my movement, and then all those little creatures in there. She wants to see what the sword can do. Here's the issue. I have to put it on my sheet, and I don't know how to do that.
You also have to attune to it.
Oh, never mind then. So I'll just keep it on my thing.
Is it basically just a rapier by this point? Is she just
At the moment, it's
Yeah.
just a rapier. She needs to attune to it.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I'm just gonna come downstairs. Oh, there's more stuff down here.
There also appears to be quite a bit of wine on the floor.
Did y'all break this wine?
I'm also on the floor, by the way.
She don't notice that. She just notices the wine on the floor, not Brammyr.
God damn it.
She's gonna just, you know what? Just gonna do a fireball.
Are you sure? Considering that you've
Usually
already
when you
smashed a load of
assume-
barrels and this room is really cold.
Usually, when the DM asks, "Are you
Burn them all.
sure?"
Burn them all. Yes, you're sure.
She's really mad. She's really mad.
Your party
will
members
die
are
if
right
this
next.
happens.
Yeah, alcohol equal very as Umbra said. Alcohol
One is
equals very
fine.
fucking flammable.
Really.
Also, you've already heard a number of these barrels shatter. Plus, you can sort of make out through the rack what appears to be 3 barrels of wine.
You're lucky there's some left, or you would be in trouble. She is going then instead to use fear, because she's angry.
That way? That way? That way?
Towards the 3.
So Glom as well. So wisdom saving throw for Glom and the 3 needle blades.
Is the woman there as well? It's code, isn't it?
Yeah, it is
I
a
don't know if that
cone.
counts.
I'd say because of the confines, yes. Glom is fine. What's your spell DC?
50.
-1. Wisdoms.
Looks like my strength saves.
15. Let me do that. 1 fail. 8, 16, 15. Sorry. Glom.
Okay, sorry.
Glum smash.
Puts them all back on the belt. Takes out the great axe.
Chop some wood.
Wood chopping time.
Which one was each of those against?
First against the one diagonally,
Okay.
and second against the one to my right.
Damage. Fucking hell.
He's not even raging, brother.
Oh, that's a good point about the rage damage. Not quite dead on the second one.
There you go.
He might be on 2 HP. Brammyr, you've been knocked backwards into sun and are now on the floor.
Indeed. Everything's fine and dandy. He gets back up to his feet. I can remove all of my debuffs now.
I didn't see you roll a save to me.
15 and 15.
Noted.
Don't know why it didn't come through, but yeah. Takes one swing at. Yes, I did whisper it. Takes one swing at the guy. Oh my. Oh, I'm still going to GM. but it was another crit.
Oh Jesus! Is that what? Is that guy to the left?
The guy to the left.
Fuck.
For 26 plus 12 damage.
You mean the
Oh,
ash to your left?
Wait.
You
Plus
mean
one more.
you mean the ash to your left?
Yeah.
You killed him
It's a
some
very
massive
cold
damage.
ash.
Kill him to this one. Now I'm rolling publicly again. 17.
Yeah.
For
Ash.
17, 18, 19.
Ash.
That was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and I am gonna growl at this one right in
Cloudy.
Cloudy's gonna ready his movement for when he can move through.
Noted. Son, you've had Brammyr knocked into you by what sounded like a bang of thunder, and then he's gone up and run off again. Right, for the benefit of everyone, fuck this dynamic lighting.
Ooh, there
I
she
wasn't
is.
part.
Or he.
He.
I'm gonna take my first attack against that.
Okay. The blight that's feared.
Yep.
Okay.
11.
Misses.
Well, whisper.
It's too spooked.
It's too spooked. I'm gonna guess at 20 total hits though.
Yes.
Yeah! Dice! You're in the tray, you don't go on the floor.
What, Umbra?
I just realised that bludgeoning
Four.
damage that I did with the crit did maximum damage on the bludgeoning part alone.
Jesus.
I rolled 3 6s.
How much damage, mate?
12.
Squish.
I know I rolled a 6 for cold as well.
I'm gonna move to this way. See if I see anything.
Okay. Can you make me a perception check, please?
Sure. My first roll is in that 7. Where's a 10?
Something doesn't quite seem right about that wall next to you, but you can't put your paw on it.
8.
Ha 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 ha. Well, I think that's gonna. Yeah, that's gonna be it because I'm gonna guess using my Wand of Secrets would be an action, which I've already taken.
Yep.
That's my turn.
Esmeralda.
Right, I'm gonna go in, see what's happening.
Actually, 15 still hits these things, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna
Alright.
go there and hit this person I see here.
Okay.
Where is Brammyr?
Just stabbing them through the.
Yeah, that hits.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
He
again.
hasn't had time to put bark skin on himself.
Oh god, that's a nasty one.
And again.
You should have done that instead of Thunderwave, really.
Yeah.
What room were you in? You were in 14B. On his first turn from behind the wine rack, the druid cast a Thunderwave spell, which shatters 1d20 plus 10 of the wine bottles it resounds throughout the cellar.
This druid is an idiot. We've concluded.
Yep.
Speaking of the idiot, he's just going to
20 damage to it though.
he's going to turn around to his staff and try and bop you on the head, Brammyr, and roll a 4 to hit.
I'm literally
Bark
good.
skin, you.
I literally, I picture this as I don't flinch. It full on hits me and whacks me, and I just don't react to it.
Bear, clunk.
The needle bite also misses on Glom and starts to run. Opportunity attack.
Go on, go on.
Goodbye.
What's his
Shattering its soul.
Oh yeah, it's like 2 hit points.
Bryseis.
Bryseis is gonna use vicious mockery on the one in front of her. She is bawling over laughing at the fact that he just tried to hit Brammyr with his staff. And he's like, I bet you that's what it's like when you're trying to get a girl. You just try bopping it with that little thing and just nothing happens.
Fucking hell. And I'm going to give her a wisdom saving throw. Roll your 2d4.
I'm not gonna get to kill this person.
Might be 1 HP.
I was leaving her for you.
It's Glom up next before
Him,
me. That's
leaving
the
him,
thing.
sorry.
Glom.
Seeing that they have the situation well in hand, Glom runs this way.
You are truly a beautiful human being.
Or half-orc being.
True.
And he looks around.
Make a perception check. I mean, everything seems perfectly normal.
And I have danger sense. Does that matter at all?
Nope.
Okay.
Son, you notice something wrong because you're used to looking for stuff like
Yeah.
Deadmere Wolfsbane. 1 HP
Oh.
druid.
She looks like
He.
on her last legs. He looks like on her last legs.
Oh yeah.
It's my fault I've been calling them she.
Debates right now. Do I turn her to Cinder?
Him.
Him, sorry. I do it passively. I can tell they're really weak.
Yeah.
Just
Bring-
punch him to death.
Brings the Pyamol up, grips it in my teeth. Left hand. I'll roll. I'll roll for it just to see if I hit.
Yeah.
Picks them up by the throat and puts them towards the wine rack next to me. As I'm growling through Pyamol that's in my mouth, the hand just twitches and breaks the neck, and I just let them go.
With that, the staff he was holding clatters to the floor and rolls away separately, and he drops to the floor with his neck shattered.
I take Pyamol back into my hand and put it on my shoulder. Does the staff appeal to me in any way, or like as if it's something else, or
To you? Pfft. No, although Cloudy seems to be a little wary of it. Like, Cloudy seems very uncomfortable at the presence of this staff.
I'm just gonna leave it then if it's no appeal to me.
Cloudy's a beast, right, Mir?
Yes.
Yeah, this stuff makes Cloudy very uncomfortable.
Can
I'll-
someone break that thing? Wait, no. I'm gonna use my ring. I'm gonna drop down to Cloudy. What is it, boy? What's wrong?
That stuff is... God, I can't do a good voice for Cloudy, I'm sorry, but that stuff is... it's scaring me just by being there.
Hey, Bryseis.
And he does ask for a belly rub to make him feel better.
I'm gonna give Cloudy a belly rub. Can you burn that staff for me, please?
I guess so? What's wrong with the staff?
It's making Cloudy feel bad.
Ooh, can I have it?
It's scaring him.
Alright, Glom, you deal with it. Go for it.
But Sun is asking for it to either be smashed or burned, basically.
Glom can actually make it there in one turn.
Yeah, no. Here, Glom, if you want to have fun with it, that's fine. I've already caused enough damage with fire today. She picks it up, and when Glom comes in, hands it to Glom.
Sun is asking for it to be smashed or burned.
Glom, are you smashing it?
No, where's the bag of holding?
Bryseis?
On me?
Yeah. Just shove it in there.
Okay, well, out of sight, out of mind. Does that make the dog feel better?
Yeah, Cloudy relaxes the second that it's no longer technically within 30 feet.
Ta-da!
I have revealed the handout for what it is.
I mean, we killed all the blights. So, bit irrelevant.
Marco?
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Polo.
Oh, okay. I
Ah.
lost you all for a moment.
Hang on uno momento.
What's happened to the stuff?
It went in
Bag of holding. Cloudy's relaxed
Okay.
and is back to licking your face to give him a belly rub.
Are we all aware of what this thing can do? From
No.
Okay.
But I gave you the handout so that I didn't forget.
Yeah.
You know how I've got your stuff. Also, yeah, Sun, that wall next to you, now you've got time to focus on it,
Yeah,
looks a bit
I'm
dodgy.
gonna use the one to see.
Yeah, that's a secret door. And the passageway beyond takes some effort to push open the secret door, and you're greeted by a blast of cold air. A dark tunnel stretches of 15 feet, ending in an archway which lies a shallow cave. Beyond which lies a shallow cave. Before you step in, you can see throughout this area what appears to be brown mould covering the walls, floor and ceiling around the archway and the cave beyond.
Oh, that doesn't look good. Can I make some kind of check to see if I recognize?
Are you proficient in nature?
No. But I have a +2.
Try it.
Tings and
I
Tings
also
aren't
have disadvantage.
Tings and Tings aren't fey fiends or undead, are they?
Okay, the first roll is a 3, so yeah, that's 5. No, I have no clue what the.
You have no idea. And sorry, what was that question number?
Tings and Tings in that yo thing isn't fey dead, is it?
No.
I fucking know.
You can also kind of see in the area beyond. Well, you can presume that this is where the cold is emanating from. It's probably what's keeping this wine cellar cool.
Okay,
Everything okay, son?
well, I open the passage. I think that's just keeping everything cool here.
I'm gonna step where she is to look in and use Pyamol as torch.
Yeah, you can see inside patches of brown mould growing on the floor. And the walls and around the archway at the end.
I have no idea what the shit is, do I?
Nope. But this is where the cold is emanating from, and this feels like a wine cellar, so...
I'm gonna guess that's on purpose.
You're fine there.
Continue walking. Still can't see anything. I continue walking.
Make me a constitution saving throw.
Yeah, fucking shit. 23.
That's a pass.
And I continue.
However, you take 11 points of cold damage.
Oh.
Pyamol itself isn't a source of fire, is it? It's just shedding bright light. It's not actively on fire.
Yeah, it's an ever-burning gemstone of orange flame. It's not itself on fire, it just does fire damage.
I'll be nice to you and not have the brown mold instantly expand 10 feet.
Can I tell what the fuck I just took that amount of chill from?
It's the fact that it's so fucking cold and this mold seems to be inimical to your fire.
I still can't see anything, but I'm gonna take a step back. Actually, wait, hang on. I'm good. I take a step back. I'm okay here?
Yep. Although it looks like with the presence of Pyramore, the brown mold is starting to slowly expand towards you. And the temperature is getting noticeably colder.
I take another step back.
Brown mold has just stopped expanding.
And I continue.
I'm gonna close that. It's probably just whatever keeps the wine cool.
I don't know. I couldn't see enough in there, but it was...
Brown and mouldy.
God.
You know, we can ask the Raven people what that is if we need to.
Yeah, we need to tell them about Danica.
As a note, the 3 barrels against the wall have written, you can tell looking at them, contain purple grape mash number 3, the meh bottle of, the meh type of wine, and there are 15 remaining bottles on the wine rack of Red Dragon Crush.
Can Bryseis fit all of them in that bag of holding?
There is a dead sage in it, but you can try.
You're just going to steal all of the wine.
We're supposed to be delivering that wine into Kresk. That's how we get into Kresk easily.
Hopefully with just 1 barrel.
Oh, yeah.
You
Why
said
don't we
barrel,
give them
these
the
are
purple
bottles.
wine? They don't need the red one. We can just give them the other one.
Bryseis, they just lost a daughter.
What'd you
I
call
don't know why I'm partial all of a sudden. Or whatever that accent is.
Okay.
I walk past Sun and whisper something to Sun and then continue onwards. Up the stairs.
Question is, what do you whisper?
I will PM it to people who matter.
Remember that DM can see anything that you PM.
Okay, I'm glad, so it means I only have to type it once.
Please ignore the fact that you can see all of those twig blights outside the wall. I'm too lazy to put them on the GM layer.
It's fine.
So that shipment's the one that we're gonna have to bring the cruise anyway. Chris, sorry.
Yes.
Okay. Well, might as well get it so we can go after we're done with this, right? So I'm not stealing. I was preparing it for the trip.
You've been told off by everyone for trying to do that.
Did you get that message that I sent through as well?
Got it.
Bella?
I actually didn't see it.
Okay, I think it's
On your-
based on...
On your GM thing, you don't see.
I did not see it.
I think I know why.
Yep. Noted.
I'm making my way back to Martikov. Slowly, admittedly.
Okay, so you're making your way
Get
out.
of here, guys.
As a note, the actual carriage wagon thing that you saw that the druid tried to fuck off with also contains 3 barrels of purple grape mash 3.
Gonna slowly make my way out too. Come on, we have more bad news. We have bad news and good news to deliver, I guess.
I'm just going to move everyone through a few different entrances.
Yeah.
Cloud is going to go to there between Mia, please.
How long has passed by this point
Anything.
since the beginning of our storm of the winery?
Probably about 5-ish minutes. Strahd's still just leaning on the balcony as you come out. Well, those of you who come out through the distillery room, Strahd's just leaning on the balcony still, watching.
Why aren't you gone yet?
Just grins, gives a nod of approval, turns into a bat and flies away.
I'll give it 30 seconds and spit once more.
If he was still holding that apple, I so would have mage handed it out. But
Just the core out of his hand.
yeah.
If it takes longer than 5 minutes to get back to the trees,
Yes, it will.
then I am back to Brammyr, not Brammyr.
Noted. I'm going to pull you back over onto the Barovia map. Not the town of Valaki map.
So I'll probably end up transforming back midway through our walk.
As a side note, as they were walking out, Bryseis would have gone and got some of the ashes of Danica if they're still there.
Noted. Looks like they've been blown a bit away by the rain and the wind, but there's still enough there for you to grab.
Yeah, she's gonna find something. You know what? I'm just gonna say she has an empty potion bottle, and she's gonna put them in that.
That works. You guys return to Davian.
Actually, on our way there, I will have take it son and maybe others would have caught up to me, since I did say I was walking slowly.
Yeah, I suppose people would have caught up.
Son, you probably
Yes.
catch up to him first.
Who wants to break the news?
I can do it.
Very well.
Bryseis puts on her best sympathetic face she has. And walks up to the edge of the tree line with the bottle of ashes in her hand.
Davian meets you at the edge of the tree line.
She kind of gives him a small bow. Okay. Winery is cleared out. You guys can move in there whenever you're ready. Strahd was there, but he gave us his word that he won't mess with y'all anymore.
Thank you. Where's Danica? I don't see her with you.
Bryseis winces.
As do I.
So, ears flops down.
Strahd, as soon as he saw her, I'm sorry. It was quick. I don't think she felt any pain.
You heard her screaming in pain. Make a deception check. Make a deception check. You heard her screaming in pain.
Bryseis can lie very well, dear.
Yes, she can. Which, you're fortunate you rolled that well, because he rolled a 19 for a 23 total.
Thank God.
She reaches and hands him the bottle.
How did he...
He used some type of fire spell. Like I said, it was quick. We tried to put her out. We couldn't.
No. He just takes the vial and touches it close, and you can see he's on the edge of tears as the other werewolves step forward around him. We thought
So
that
sorry.
so much loss. For what? For what? Thank you for everything you've done, and my poor Danica. closes his eyes and focuses a moment. It's just... You say you need delivery of wine to Kresk, right? You can see these blinking back the tears in his eyes.
We can
Yeah.
wait until the morning. It can all wait until tomorrow.
Better to get moving now, I think. Hopefully we've still got the 6 barrels. Boys, and he sort of flicks it. Go get the barrels, let's load them up and make a delivery to
Oh.
Kresk.
They've been poisoning the wine in the vat.
That we'll
the
take a
druids-
look at.
Yeah, just be careful.
If
We should be
required,
able to get the barrels that we have out of here and to Kresk. I think we'll have to get rid of our vats that were in progress. Unfortunate, but
required.
we can grow champagne again, so it's not the end of the world.
If required, I can be a taster. My heritage prompts me to be a bit more immune to poisons, but I can still tell when something is not as it should.
Noted. That might be a good idea. It'll take us an hour or two to get loaded up, but let's get this delivery done before the end of tonight so you guys can get straight into Kresk.
Would be appreciated.
And he gestures his 2 sons forward as the others surround him and help comfort him over the loss of Danica, and they go rushing off towards the winery.
You've never killed anyone, have you?
Not personally, no.
Any of your ravens?
We've been involved in fights, but not against living enemies where we've gotten kills. The druids repulsed us easily.
I thought as much. Sorry, it was an inappropriate time to ask.
I need to take some time to think about this.
That's understandable.
My family will look after you and get you on the road to Kresk. I need to be alone. And he starts heading off into the actual cluster of woods behind. Is there anything else anyone wants to say? Who are you insight checking and why?
I already said.
What he just said?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
It's just how Brammyr is at the moment.
Seems to be upset. Seems to be legitimately wanting to spend time alone. And just think.
Yeah, so, it's just how it is at the moment. I expected nothing really. Presuming he doesn't shun me away, I will probably spend the next hour of his son/son-in-law, if I'm correct in that.
His 2 sons. Oh, or do you mean the husband of his daughter?
Yeah, was it all the males are going to help?
His 2 sons have gone to help. His son-in-law has stayed behind. Yes, sorry.
Oh,
Well,
no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I was gonna stay around with Davian and his son-in-law and his daughters.
Yeah.
Whilst the others are doing things.
What, are you following David into the woods? Adrian and Elvir, his sons, have gone running off to the winery to help prep the barrels for transport. Stefania and Dag stayed with you guys.
Presuming he doesn't show me away. Yeah, I'll be in front next hour.
What, with Davian?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's actually retreated to the woods where the children of the family are. Teenage son, 2 young boys, and a baby girl.
Okay.
Is anyone else doing anything?
Bryseis is gonna use her new assistant and go and are there you said there was a bunch of bodies? How many is a bunch?
What do you... When, where? What do you mean?
Talking about like when we first arrived, you said all the bodies were. You said there were a lot of corpses.
What, the show that
The
Strahd
ones
put on?
that I buried.
We only buried Silas.
I'm pretty sure that Gonzo is burying all of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
you went ahead and buried him. Oh,
Yeah.
that work's done for that then.
Anyone else doing anything?
Bryseis would just be resting then.
You'd like to have a look at that.
You want to take a look at the stuff?
Yes.
The second you pull it out of the bag of holding, Cloudy gets very uncomfortable.
I know, sweetie, I know. What?
Cloudy's cuddled very close to your legs.
Yeah, it's okay, baby. I'm gonna gather some wood. And I'm gonna make a small fire and put the stuff in it.
So you're burning the stuff.
What?
Wait,
I
can
wanted
I
to keep that.
burning
What
it?
the
I
hell?
am burning that stuff.
Bryseis is gonna use Mage Hand to take it away if she
Yeah,
can.
like I was going to keep that.
Yeah.
That thing is evil.
Keep it in the
I don't care
bag.
if
The
it's
dog will be
still
fine.
useful. Yeah, the dog will be fine. Just keep it in the bag.
Why'd you pull it out? You're messing with your dog.
Can
Are you
Bryseis
guys...
take it?
Why do you want to keep that?
Because we
thing?
don't know what it can do. It could be a staff of, hey, I can kill Strahd in one shot. We don't know. And we're not gonna know until we can find someone who can tell us what it can do. Like the Merry Magical Mage.
Bryseis.
So, yes.
Make me an Arcana check. I mean, you can tell that it's evil and that its properties probably aren't anything that Strahd would care about. You don't know its exact properties.
Still don't know what it are. That's why I want to get it checked out.
Son, where did you go with the stuff?
Probably just around, like not obviously not trying to hide or anything.
So you didn't follow Brammyr into the woods?
No.
Where did Bryseis go?
Bryseis was just sitting around, like, just kind of waiting.
Where we met the others.
Yeah.
Okay. And you'd see her starting to make this pyre to burn the stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, I really need to take this trick out of that because it just doesn't work.
Fine, keep the evil thing. That's fine. I'll go after Brammyr. Look for him.
You do as such, Cloudy
Take
runs
it,
away
put
very
it back
quickly
in
from
the
the
bag.
staff.
Yep, we put it back in the bag. Thank you, Glum. You know, I might give you a raise.
I'll take the staff.
Well, for right now, we're just
I
gonna
st-
keep it in the bag.
With vampires around, you sure you wanna keep that?
My stick.
Either of you are tuning to it.
I am not.
If everyone stops objecting long enough, Glom might.
Is Glom tuning
Sun
to
is-
it?
Sun is gone.
Well, not currently. It's in the bag.
Okay, yeah, Son, you go after Brammyr and you find him sitting with Davian and a group of children.
Probably telling a story, actually.
Gonna sit next to him. Take a long sigh because I am. And just listen to the rest of the story.
Okay. Being aware of the time, you guys are just going to make the delivery to Krez tonight, aren't you?
If we have time, yeah, probably.
Okay.
Try and get a place to stay and sleep the night in Krez.
Okay. Noticing what time it is, this is where I'm going to call it for tonight, with you guys taking a short rest at the winery while the sons of Davy and Markov prep the delivery for transport to Krezk. So, thank you for playing. Hope you enjoyed the session. As usual, feedback can be PM to me, or if I happen to still be around, feel free to give it to me. If you do have to work in the morning, you have to head off for any reason, obviously, don't feel obliged to stay. Thank you for playing, and I will see you all next week, because you've all just hit level 7.
Oh, me too.
Yes.
Say shit level 7 while she's in the bag with the evil stick.
It's
what-
all that wine you put into it.
Oh, I didn't put it in. They wouldn't let me. The bastard.
So, Mia, obviously, feel free to go deal with the doggo.
I will be back in
no.
a little bit.
Feel
Good
like-
night, Mia.
Good
Good night if you guys are gone when I'm back.
Probably will. Be.
What, does Brammyr not want to have a conversation with Sam?
We can get that another time, sure.
If you want to get some sleep.
I've been
Fine.
drinking. It's midnight. I got early work in the morning. Oh shit, son!
Hmm?
I'm no longer slow as fuck. I'm actually faster than everyone but Glom now.
What do I get at level 7?
Obviously, Cloud Hill levels up as well.
Oh, evasion!
Oh, God.
Evasion!
Finally, 4th level spells.
And my sneak attack goes up.
Yeah, I'm not going to deal with having a party at different levels than each other.
Thank you.
What I am going to... Oh no, I'll do my level up after taking care of the doggo.
And I'm going to stop off the stream. So, thanks for watching Twitch.
Bye Twitch.
Bye, Twitch.
I will stop my recording.
Ciao.